create. Oh, there. It said unable to. I've been having the worst technical difficulties. Hi, y'all. How are you? How is everybody? How is everybody? Hola. How is everyone? I keep thinking this is my cat when I look to the side, but it's really my camera, my little fuzzy microphone. It's not the cat. I look out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, why is she over there? All right, y'all. Hi, you guys. Hi. Hi, Nola girl. Hi, you guys. How is everybody? Oh my God, the holiday season is like, oh my God, right? Like what the actual flippity flip is going on? What is going on? It's like sped up so fast, right? Totally. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm so worn out. Are y'all worn out too? I'm like so worn out. Inferno in California. Wait, what's that mean? Hot or cold? It was kind of hot. I felt it was hot, but then I had my heater on. Excuse me, as well. So I don't know what to say. This year has gone so fast. Did you cut your hair again? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I always cut it and keep it short. I mean, I could get a wig and wear it long. But you know what? When it's like, you can really, you know, all those girls getting their buccal fat sucked? Like I have that naturally. See? I don't need to suck it. Anyway, if I have long hair, you can really see it. I look like I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I cut my hair. I can't remember. It's always raining in Vancouver. It is always raining in Vancouver. I know, fuck the year of the dragon. Well, we can't stop it, right? I've succumbed to the cold. I don't know what cold. Oh, my makeup. Thank you. I don't know what I did tonight. What did I? Not much tonight. Not my. I don't need to suck it. Yeah, it's already there. Look, this is age, y'all. It's age. Let's see the the change messed me up so much. I literally, I can't tell you how many miles I drove yesterday and then did nothing and then drove back home. That, don't suck it. Don't suck it. Don't fucking suck it. Yeah, Vancouver. I love Vancouver too. It's beautiful. Vancouver's really beautiful. Seattle is rainy because Seattle's on your way to Vancouver. It's all down that Pacific Northwest. You know, what does it rain like 200 and something days a year in Vancouver? Revelstoke, BC, my people. Let's see. I could never draw a straight line like that on my eyes. Oh, you know what you do? Well, I don't know that it's straight. When it isn't straight, I curve it up. But you know what I do? I just draw the line right here and right here. And then I put another color. You lived in Vancouver. No longer a fan. Yeah, well, it's Canada and, you know, it's communist. I'm not allowed to say that. Anyway, you know what you do? I get a angled brush and I hold my eye. It's probably giving me wrinkles, y'all. It's like fucking giving me wrinkles. I go like this and I scoop my eye out like that. And I draw around my lips here, but I can wipe it all off. I do not inject myself. You know what? I don't know when I'm doing anything. I don't know. I need eye surgery. Oh no, Annie. I got mine tattooed on. You know, I would like to do that. I'm a little bit phobic around the eyes. That's like a phobia. 76 degree. Okay. 76 in San Diego, too expensive. Yeah, because it's a beach city. Do you go a day without makeup? I haven't gone a day without makeup really since I'm 12. If I do, why do people care if you wear makeup? Everybody asks that. Like, no, I love putting on makeup. I don't want to go out there and get caught without makeup because my face would show. I don't think people look good without makeup. Some people do. I know Pammy's out there without the makeup, but I think she looks her age without the makeup. Like, she looks tired and, okay, that's terrible. She's beautiful, but what I'm saying is she's my age. I'm her age. Without makeup, you see the bags and the shadows, and it's fine if you want to do it, but it's not extraordinary. People do it every day. So it's not extraordinary because she does it, because people go without makeup every day. I just don't. Like, I throw shit on. I throw shit on to go running. You know, what do you use to take off? You know what I use to take off my makeup? Neutrogena. Let's see. I hate taking my makeup. Oh my God, right? I hate taking makeup off. Is princess, I don't even know what that said. The neck though, yeah. Oh, totally. Look, and this is from the sun. Like I'm all freckled here. It's white here. Freckled. Some people don't wear makeup, but what I'm saying is when they make a big deal out of somebody who's famous not wearing makeup, I'm sorry, she looks like she's in her mid 50s. She's beautiful. I'm glad she can do it, but she doesn't look young. It's not extraordinary. That's her face. It's still her face. She's still, with makeup, she looks the same. She just, when she wears makeup, it accentuates it, right? I mean, isn't that? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Is Princess Di reincarnated as a little boy? I was like, is Princess who? Hi, little sunshine. I still have your picture on my phone, little sunshine. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I used Neutrogena, $4 to take it off. And then I put something on my face and I can't remember what. It's something like retinol, something like that. Did you just wait? Yes, I just filmed it before this. I've got to edit it. Used to always wear makeup. Yeah, not so much. I mean, if I go to my house and I'm with the kids and John and stuff, I'm not going to wear makeup. I mean, but I do actually wear makeup. I've just always loved makeup. And people critique makeup like it makes you a whore if you wear makeup. I'm missing that's so weird. I'm missing one of my obsidians over there. I looked over and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them's missing. I just love makeup. I cut my hair even shorter last week and someone said that I looked younger. Oh, that's so cool, Beth. Yeah, that's so cool. My day was good. Yeah, I wear makeup for myself because if I get caught out in public and I just feel like I look tired. I do. I'm 57. I look fucking tired. I'm tired. So I like it. I like doing my nails too. It's just part of my hygiene. Yeah, sometimes people don't. I mean, around the house, I'm not going to wear it. But if I'm not wearing makeup, at 53, I'll take it. If I'm not wearing makeup, I wear my baseball cap and I pull it down over my face, and I usually wear a jacket so you can't see. If I wear makeup with short hair, I feel okay. If I have long hair, I don't wear makeup. So the longer my hair was, I didn't wear makeup because I had long hair. So it's just weird. And I never actually curled my hair or did anything. I put it up in a spoolie all the time. I've done very natural looks throughout my life, of course. You know what I mean? And that's it. Yeah, let's see. I love your mug. Somebody sent me this from Tim Hortons. It's Tim Hortons. And I'm drinking diet soda with lemon. Sorry, poison. Toronto, it's 1 degree. Oh, don't I miss Toronto? Not really. The cold. No, I don't look like I'm in my 20s. I look like a mid-50s woman. I don't care what anyone says. I don't need to look younger. Why do we want to look younger, y'all? Yeah, the aspartame, I'm drinking it. I admit it. It's that or I'm going to eat a piece of cake. That's what's going to happen. So it's that so that I don't screw my diet up. Yeah, no, when people say you look younger, let me just put it this way to you. Sometimes, what's HRT saved my life? What is that? I know what that is, Annie, but what is that, HRT? I can't think of it right now. Sometimes when people say you look younger, it's because you don't abuse yourself. 90% of the population's out there smoking, drinking, drugging, cracking, coking. They're going to look like shit. If you did what you should do to respect your body, you're going to age fine. Oh, hormone replacement. Thank you. I was like, what? Hormone replacement therapy. Yeah, I don't use any hormones. I'm full on in menopause. Yeah, I'm saying that out loud. I do not bleed. I do not take hormones. I never went to the doctor for hormone crotch checkups. Just, I can take herbs. I don't even bother herbs. I said herb, like my dad's name. Yeah, I work out every day, of course. I mean, that's obvious, but I do that for my mental health so that I don't beat the shit out of people I run into. Speaking of people in this is going to sound terrible. Speaking of people, people on the phone, the customer service line. Oh my God, I went bananas on this guy. Bananas. Bananas. I'm like, can you, like, yeah, it's not lemon water, it's Diet Coke. I'm going to admit it. Oh, oh. Oh my God. And I wanted to thank, I want to call her Betsy, but it's with a C. So I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, it's Betcy. Betsy. I can't say that right. Anyway, she wrote me a lovely letter, send me a Starbucks card, and look, and a scarf. Look, thank you so much. Lipstick. Look at this red lipstick. I could be slutting it up. I put the lemon in it so that I don't taste the chemical. That's how bad I am. Anyway, I could be slutting it up, you all. Look at this red lipstick. Check this out. How cute is this? I could totally be slutting it up, but I'm just not going to do that right now. And then there was this color, which is lovely. These are like my favorite colors. Like this, I love. Isn't that nice? She wrote me a lovely letter, and I got a scarf too, a beautiful green scarf she sent me. So lovely. And look at this. This is like brick. This is so pretty. I'm not putting it on right now. I'm saving it to go out, meaning when I have somewhere to go out. How do you make your coffee at home? I make it with Nespresso pods. Oh my God, Nespresso was packed. I was in getting pods for Christmas. Pods. Mauve is so great, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Yeah. Hello from Indiana. Okay, so y'all, listen to this. Isn't that nice? So it's Betcy, and I don't know how to... Okay, Anthony, I'm going to kill you. I ate 3 of your butter tarts. Do you hear me? 3. So Nespresso is my favorite. Sorry, it's just like my favorite in-house machine. But I don't mind the French presses. I'll drink coffee anywhere because I'm a big coffee. Match it with a red sweater. Yes, I shall do that. Okay, Anthony, who sent me the butter tarts that I ate 3 of, John comes by and he's like, yeah, you know what's in those. You know how many calories? And I'm like, listen, you asshole. Eat one. So anyway, yeah, coffee and chocolate. I know, butter tarts, 3 of them. 3, Anthony. Myself. What kind of pig does... And I got up out of my sleep to eat them. I was taking them over to Kenna's house, Kenna, Jason, and Lila. Anyway, I was taking them over there, and I was going to go hiking. And so it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like... I'm going to eat a butter tart. Then I ate like 3, and then I went hiking at 2:30. I'm like, whatever. Butter tarts, so good. Yeah, I can't eat anything now. It's Christmas season, and everybody's going to be like, eat this, eat that. I'm like, no, Nope. Already ordering my Thanksgiving dinner because I don't want to get caught in that mess. So I'm ordering it right now. I can't believe what we have to do because no one wants to cook. Yeah, it was so nice of Anthony. Now it's on my ass, Anthony. My ass has butter tarts on it. Okay, y'all. I'm a pig. Okay, so listen. Okay, this is what I want to say. Ooh, coffee from Alabama. I'll take coffee from anywhere. Yeah, I have a grinders. I have grinders. I don't like Nespresso only because George Clooney promotes it. John, okay, so I'm eating dinner and John breaks out when I was with the kids and he goes, by the way, I think George Clooney owns Nespresso. I'm like, motherfucker. Anyway, have you tried mocha pot coffee? No, I have not tried that. Butter tart tattoo, not doing that. On my ass, I should stick it right there. Eat my butter tart. I don't put cream and sugar in anything. I don't eat sugar in coffee or tea ever. Okay, ever. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you guys. You want to know how to stay thin? It depends. Do you want to live your life like smoke crack, smoke cigarettes, drink booze, eat pasta, and live your life? Or do you want to stay healthy? So sugar in coffee adds, if you have 3 cups of coffee and you have, eat my butter tart on my ass, exactly. If you, that's actually a good tattoo idea. If you eat that every day your whole life, do you know how much sugar that is? That's too much. So I don't eat salad dressing. I eat sour cream on potatoes that I don't eat. I had a potato this weekend. I was really like, I had a potato. But mostly, yeah, sugar rots your teeth. And I have rotten teeth from sugar. So I don't, I maybe have 2 potatoes a year. That's it. I don't eat pasta. Haven't eaten, what is that stuff? Oatmeal for like 30 years, maybe a bit. Don't eat any of that stuff because it just packs weight on. So I just drink coffee and non-fat milk, but I whip the milk up. No rice, nothing like that. Vegetables and no bread. I mean, I'm in menopause. You can't eat that. You can't fucking eat that. I mean, people can. I cannot. My metabolism just doesn't work that way. Like if I ate what I see people eating every day, I'd be 500 pounds. No, I eat carbs. It's just I eat blueberries and I eat yogurt and yeah, I don't eat any pasta. I'm not a pasta eater anyway. I'm down to, oh my God, good for you. Good for you. I love potatoes, but they pack weight on me. Okay. They pack weight. No, I was this way in Toronto too. I just don't, no pizza. If I eat pizza, I don't eat the bread. And I don't eat much cheese. Do they eat in heaven? No, because they don't have a body, but in lifetimes, in between lifetimes, yes, but not there. So yes, kind of intermittent fasting. I just gobbled down. I love garlic bread. I will bite a piece of garlic bread, but no, my metabolism is not. I can pack weight on like that. I can put on 20 pounds in a second. I can be fat in a fucking second. I weigh myself every day so that I don't go over 2 pounds, 3 pounds. If it's hitting 4 pounds, I'm in panic mode because once you get to 10 pounds, why not go 20? There you go. So that's all. I just, yeah, they say they're good for you, Michelle, but I don't eat any oats. I don't do any. Yeah, we all lost 50 pounds. No pasta bread, right? Yes, Anthony, right? You can't eat that. Americans are way too big. So are Canadians, by the way. Oh my God, I love potatoes, though. Potatoes are, if I had to eat anything, it would be, we have a restaurant out here called the Baked Potato. Big potatoes with cheese and steak and fish and chicken and whatever you want in it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, but I can't do that. I just can't. That will be the death of me. I love potatoes. I'm Irish and I love potatoes. Yeah, eating once a day too. Yeah, I do eat protein shakes. I'm trying to eat a lot of protein. So 100 grams of protein. So I eat salmon steaks, like big chunks that are like 40 grams, 50 grams protein. I'm only eating for the protein, eggs, whatever. And then blueberries is the fruit. That's it. Okay, listen, me too. 100 grams of protein. That's, yeah, wheat and oats are not. I don't think they are. My late mom fried the best. Oh my God. Beth, I love potatoes. I would have loved your mom. I would have loved, yes, what I know, those little peas. Yes, potato chips count. Those are pretty dangerous. I can't go near them. I cannot go near them. I can't go near anything. I just can't. It's just like, it's a true thing. If people told the truth about the fact that they weren't on speed and taking Ozempic and shit, they would tell you they gain weight. When you have somebody go out there and they're like, I'm just a fast metabolism, they're full of shit. They're full of shit, okay? Because I get popcorn. I do eat popcorn. And I eat low-fat ice cream too. Yes, I do eat popcorn. And it's probably not good for you either. But if people really told you what they do to keep their weight off, because I exercise a lot and I'm always packing on weight, okay? So, I mean, I'll run 30 miles on the weekend and you're not fat, earth sign, you're plump. I love jelly beans, but I can't because of my teeth. Yeah, I'm naturally thin. It's my metabolism. Shut up, you're in menopause. Bullshit. Hi, Bobby, how are you? Yeah, just bullshit, okay? They're on Ozempic. They take speed. They take diet pills. They take fucking pills. They take all kinds of stuff, okay? They're full of shit. If you actually had to exercise and watch what you eat, you wouldn't have all these like weird skinny shit. Yeah, you're 23, honey. You're 23. Exactly. Oh God, chocolate chip cookies. I prefer a bit of weight on healthy. Yeah, people like that. People like that. I just have a pair of pants. I don't want to grow out. I'm looking at an ant over there, crawl up there. They have worms. Yeah, they have worms. Oh my God. Ugh. Yeah. So, and I'm drinking a lot more water too. Anyway, eating disorders are so hard to help. Oh my God, menopause and my thyroid gland. Yeah, it's hard. That's why I exercise every day. If you don't I wish I never had meat. I haven't had meat in years, like years. Liposuction and caffeine pills are popular too. Yeah, that's true. Liposuction, caffeine pills, whatever. Yeah, I'm thin at age. Watch what I eat. Yes, watch what I should eat. John watches what he eats, and he's 77 turning 78, and when he puts on 5 pounds, he cuts it right out. He's a guy, and he's 6'2" still, and he still does that, and he does not weigh over 200. He's like 170, 175. If he gets up towards 180, he stops. That, and he's a man. He is a man, and he does that. So I'm sure Ozempic does a lot to your body. You may not know what it does because I don't think they know. So goes far. It's difficult to get into full. It is difficult. I make myself do it. Sushi. Yeah, sushi's good, but with the rice and the salt from the seaweed, I put weight on. So I can't really eat sushi either. I can sometimes. I got to watch. Yeah, he exercises. Not like me. Just, swinging on that pole. Oh my God, that kills me. I heard Ozempic's bad too. Let's see, you weigh 150. Excellent. I don't know if that's good or bad. Some men like to weigh more. I was 110 eating pasta, no other sugars, but oh my God, good for you. That's great. I'm 5'6" and I'm 132 right now, which means I've got to get back to 129, but that's 3 pounds. See, it's your butter tarts, Anthony. It's your fucking butter tarts. Anthony sent me those butter tarts. You know why? Because that's where our glands are, is in the middle. 128, most carbs swell. Yeah, after gastric, they can, carbs. Yeah, you just listen to your body. Eat what your body wants. My body wanted Diet Coke tonight. That's it. Okay, so let's see. I can't eat without. Okay. You know what? The way to eat carnivore diet. Yeah, people say that works. I talked to a girl in the dentist's office that lost weight on the carnivore diet, and she did it pretty quick. She looked pretty good. That was good for her. I just don't eat meat, and I couldn't go on that diet because I don't eat meat. Yeah, it's great. You can weigh whatever you want. Yeah, you can. My body loves blueberries. BMI. Yeah, real food is good. I have to have salad with my dinner. So you are not your body. Well, that's a bit of a lie while you're on the planet. Because when people say you're not your body, if you're 400 pounds, you're going to cause problems for yourself, so you can't get your soul work done. So there's a certain amount of respect for the body. I eat fats. I mean, I eat salmon. Avocado, grilled vegetables. So salmon has a lot of fat, natural fat. It's the fattest fish. That's why I eat it, because it has natural fat. But when people say that, and they say, if you're smoking hot, people will think you are a body. No, but listen, let's just use an example. If you're extremely overweight where you cannot walk, then how can you fulfill your sole purpose? And so, no, eating fat doesn't make you fat. Exactly. Sugar does. But how do you, my bear is good. Let's see. My friend is 600. How do I help her? I think she has to deal with her trauma, and she's probably literally shut down her body. So she probably needs insulin, and she probably should get the surgery and get that weight off. I would say in that particular thing, that's too much weight. But you have to understand you need respect for your body, because if you don't treat your body well, how do you follow? Yes, I ate 3 butter tarts. That's what I did in the middle of the night. But if you don't treat your body well, then how do you do what your soul is supposed to do, right? So how do you do that? You can't, because your health sucks. And if your health sucks deliberately because of your own actions, regardless of why you're traumatized or do it, it's your responsibility to fix your trauma. So, and I understand that some people don't even understand that because they can't even get there, but you need to, let's see, what are we supposed to be doing? I don't know, really. It's different for each person. You're supposed to set a good example. And since you're here in a physical body, degrading it isn't good. Okay. It's not a good, hi from Ottawa. It's not a good thing to harm your body, because then you feel bad about yourself. You show people that you don't care about yourself. So, and I understand, I get it. I get what people say. I think Mediterranean diet is the healthiest, they say. I don't know though, but, the Mediterranean diet I feel is the one that they say is good. Sloan, what about when the blueberries, I can't get past the texture. I put them in the blender with my protein shake. So, yeah, you need to, lemon on the salad, exactly. Weight Watchers is good. Weight Watchers works for a lot of people, but you have to treat yourself with a modicum of respect and decency, because how do you really think? Okay, I understand that it's not all that. Thank you for that, Joe. Thank you. You have to just, and its portion size is important too. But you have to understand that if you're going to be smoking a crack pipe all day long, then you don't really like yourself. And if you don't really like yourself, then you're not being authentic and you're not loving yourself. So you yourself can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself. And so you are showing yourself that you don't love yourself. So therefore, if you don't treat yourself well, how do you expect to treat others well? Because there's a condition with that. Otherwise, you would treat yourself like yes, trauma and addiction. Good girl. You got that right. I just can't see your handle right there. I eat lemons like oranges. Oh, I love lemons too. Love them. Love lemons. So yeah, the self-hatred is what they teach you, and it can be taught through your family, and it can be taught through anything. But when people say all you need is love, if you're looking to love somebody and love them and not yourself, that's hypocritical, and it won't work that way. So you will end up expending energy in the wrong way. You have to love yourself and caretake yourself and do the best you can for yourself. I understand crack is whack, said Whitney. Crack is whack. She had a good time smoking the crack, that one. But about vibration and subconscious mind, sacred plant. Yeah, I mean, you have to actually, basically say, I love myself. In order to be authentic and grounded in yourself, you have to be comfortable enough to speak your mind, to say what you want, to act the way you want. But if you're out there, like for somebody, let's use the example, if you don't love yourself, why would you expect any? That's exactly right. Eat real food, no packaged food. I always cooked real food for my kids. I never did like packaged, sliced, whatever. I don't do delis and stuff like that. But it's just not in my palate to like that. Too much salt. I really react to salt. But look at somebody like Matthew Perry. If you look at somebody like Matthew Perry, that guy hated himself. Like, it's so obvious, but that's a trauma base. Ever, it's also up to him to clear his trauma, right? I eat salmon. That's what I eat. I'm gonna eat like a bear. Berries and salmon and honey. Oh. There's a man in the car because I was doing Uber. Was this man trying to harm me? I have no idea, man. Yeah, Matthew Perry seemed, actually, when I listened to his book, he seems a bit narcissistic, but I don't know if that's the right word. It could be the addict in him. But by nature, addicts are narcissistic because they just think about their addiction. So the addiction is narcissistic, I guess. So Matthew Perry, every time he talks, he's like, I was insecure and I was this and I was that. He talks like one of those jackass men in the book. However, well, there's a trauma underlying that. But here's the thing. Just because you have trauma, which everybody has trauma. Okay, Earth sign, good point. Everybody has trauma. Everybody. I have not talked to a person who's not fucked up from their childhood. Not one person, including my own kids. My kids will tell you how I fucked them up. I've apologized and tried to do everything. But we are not perfect. No one comes from a good family. Somebody is drinking, drugging, yelling, cheating, sexting, lazy, sitting like a sloth on a couch, checking out, workaholic, insert problem, okay? You may have loved them and it may have been fun, but I have so much trauma, not from abuse. So yeah, there's trauma on some level. Like just look at it. If there's trauma, for example, you know, if you're born into a family and like my Jason was born into a family and his first brother died when he was 3.5 and his second brother died when he was 27. So there's 2 brothers that have passed. That's trauma in and of itself, even if not one other thing happened to him in his life, even if nothing else happened, right? So there's a lot of trauma in everybody's life. Adoption is trauma. Okay, so anybody that's adopted out is trauma. Anybody that's raised with a fucking addict, trauma right there. My mother was extreme narcissist and screamaholic. I've been down the screamaholic road. I used to go ballistic. Emotional trauma. Yeah, my mother was a nut job and I used to just go nuts. Not when I was at home. I never said anything to them. I just left at 14. I just wasn't going to listen. So it takes me a while. And what birth is trauma. And by the way, whatever the person is experiencing at birth, the mother of the baby, just think about that. The mother of the baby, whatever she's feeling. Like, what if it's a rape? What if she's on drugs? What if she ran away from home? What if it's a religious thing? Vietnam vets are the I can't people. I can't. War Pigs from Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you, Jennifer, for that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, no secure attachment. Adopted and my mother and her side drank. Yeah, I was in an orphanage for the first year of my life. And oddly, so was John, but he was taken care of by a nurse. I was in an orphanage, so it's like we were both adopted out. So that's an attachment disorder. Let's see. Oh yeah, the VBAC, the C-section thing. Thank you for that, you guys. Thank you for the super chat. So nice. Thank you. What was I going to say? Any kind of trauma. It doesn't matter. I yell at my ADHD son. He has no sense of urgency. I yell at the people on customer service when I'm trying to fix my computer and I'm like, can you hear me? And I start going crazy. I'm pretty sure my neighbors think I'm psychotic, but that's on those lines. But anyway, when you have any kind of trauma to you, you also, oh God, you're calling the police for somebody. Yeah, Beth is a tough cookie. I think what you have to do is you have to clear your trauma. You have to clear it. You know, you need to clear it. That's what you need to do. Good morning. Oh, grandchild. Oh, how cute. Florence May. How cute. I love the names everybody's coming up with. I love the names. How cute. Oh, congratulations. I love the grandbaby. I was adopted at 3 months. Always is so attracted. Yeah, you were. You know what, Andy? That's interesting. I love my adopted mother, too. She was batshit fucking crazy and wicked, okay? Wicked ass bitch. Smart, but just a fucking asshole. Looking back on it, she's a fucking asshole. Sorry. The shit she did, I was like, wow. Just the shit she did. But you would be attracted to your adopted mother because you don't have another mother. See, people that grew up in a home with parents, they look like their parents, like my kids look like me or they look like their dad, right? Because they are ours. Adopted kids, who do they look like? They don't look like anybody. Oh my God, Dr. Ace. Yeah. I don't know how to clear the trauma when you lose somebody you love. Meaning I can't clear my trauma from Keith, but what I can do is I can live in his honor and in reverence to who he was as a person, because everybody dies. Oh, death dealer, your wife was adopted, so she understands. She understands. And by the way, if you listen to people in society, when you're adopted, they're like, oh, you're so good you adopted. Look at my sarcasm. You're so good you adopted somebody. But here's the thing. I grew up with Mommy Dearest too. My mother was a psycho. She used to make me remake my bed like 25 times. No, it was probably like 10 times before school. Perfectly. And I had to dry all the sinks so there were no drips of water. She was nuts. Nuts. Okay? Nuts. Okay. So she was fucking crazy. And then I got my alcoholic father. Like, Jesus. I got this one screaming and banging. This one saying crazy shit, doing stupid shit all the time. But anyway, OCD extreme. Oh, she was such a fucking asshole. My mother was an asshole. Yeah, I was raised. She had a son. My brother, he didn't bother to phone when my son died. So that's how they, and by the way, the rest of the family, the bunch of gaslighters I was raised with, they're like, oh yeah, we couldn't find you to tell you your mother died. Well, I'm online and you know it because you just called me now. They're gaslighters. But my mother was seriously psychotically crazy. It does go away. Yeah, you just don't do, I admit it. The greatest thing, I was just telling telling someone today, my mother was a nut. A nut. And as I said, I had covert sexual abuse. Like, she checked my body when I came in the house, like my crotch, under my clothes, like every time I walked in the door. So, and they watched me shower and they took the door off. And so when I was naked, they were watching. So yeah, problematic for me. So I left home. I just left. I just walked out the door. I just left. Bye. Peace out, bitches. No, they took the door off. I wasn't allowed privacy. They went through every single thing I had. I was not allowed. They watched, both my parents. So yeah, it was kind of disturbing. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Was she searching for you? Okay, I don't know if that was for me. Yeah, I know, ma'am. No, I can deal it. But when you wonder why ladies, when women, because it's usually, you moved out as a teenager too. Exactly. It's usually bitch ass women, not you on here. Y'all are lovely and they should have been punched. Oh my God. And every time. Okay. So I was a ward of the court at 12. They took me back and gave me back. I don't know what you call it. I became a ward of the court at 12. So they checked me back into court services. I don't know what you call it. And every time we had any kind of therapy to try to reunify, my mother would get in there and, yeah, pretty sexually abusive. The word is sexually abusive. That is covertly. They're trying to frame it, but it's a perversion. Okay. So, but anytime I had therapy, my mother would throw a tantrum in the therapist's office. I would get there and she would throw a tantrum and say that I did something. So my dad would say, oh, they blame me for everything. They said I abandoned them. I was 2 months into my 14th birthday. Dealing with that trauma has been talking about it. You guys listening to it has really been talking about it. Because I carry no shame from it. That's a them issue. That's not a me issue. But yeah, I turned 13 in August. I turned 14 in August and left at Canadian Thanksgiving. And that was the end of that. I never went back. Is a C-section? Oh God. C-section, that's the chart when you have a C-section. But I was going to say, my mom would throw herself into the hospital with her many illnesses and she would blame me for them. So I would go with my dad and my brother to the hospital and she would start screaming as soon as they turned their back and I was there and I wasn't doing anything. I really wasn't. And she would start screaming that I was causing her and pretending she couldn't breathe. And then she would accuse me of trying to kill my dad. I was going to kill my father. He was going to get a gun and shoot us all because of me. That's the shit that they did all around like that. Yeah, nobody cared. No one in that family cared. Trust me, they didn't care. And that is an interesting thing. It was a psychological terrorism. Yeah, Munchausen, but she would blame me like emotionally. So then my dad would pull me out of the room and he'd say, you have to stop doing that. And I'm like, I didn't fucking do anything. Like I literally, 5 C-sections, Dr. Ace. Wow. But how did I clear the trauma? I'll tell you how I cleared that trauma because that was a lot. First of all, this is what I was going to say. Any women, because back in the day, women used to, yes, that's what, oh God, it was fucking terrible. And then my dad would drink. And I was literally telling John this weekend, I get up in the middle of the night. I don't know why I'm spewing this right now. It's coming up. Get up in the middle of the night. You go to the bathroom and you have to walk through puke. Sit on the toilet on puke because he would throw up. It's that kind of a house. And no, my brother was their kid. So it's that kind of thing. But yeah, so yeah, it's wrong on many levels. Did your mom have friends? Oh, she had friends. They were, yeah, it was pretty fucked up. Yes, a strip club feels more like home than your house. Bingo. That's what I was going to say. She had friends and I was a scapegoat, but it's fine. It's fine. She didn't get the pleasure of having a daughter. So that's her loss. Like, why bother to do that? Yes, she did. And by the way, she let her husband watch her daughter, which a lot of women do. That's how sexual abuse continues. Somebody emailed me and asked me a question. I'm going to say the client's name, but they asked a question about who molested them, right? And so they wanted to know so they didn't let their kids around this person. And I said, if your childhood puts you into question with people you think molested you, your kids, Barbara, you were adopted too. If it puts you into question with that, don't put your kids around them. My kids did not go and hang out with my parents. I just didn't do that. They saw them once, my mother twice, but I don't know. She said he wasn't molesting me. I believe he was. But, hey, I'm the crazy one. It's all on her. She's crazy. But you got to be a friend to have one. She took care of people, but my brother was their child. My brother was. And I was disinherited. So, of course, she took me out of the will when I was 14. She's like, I'm going to call a lawyer. You're disinherited because they had money. And my brother didn't call me because he didn't want me to go after that money. Bobby knows that story, but it doesn't matter. My point is, when you see women in the sex industry on the street and all of those things, people judge the women. No, go back and look at the parents. Go back and look at the uncles. Go back and look at the brothers of the parents, which would be the uncles, the sisters, the husbands, the people in the house. And every woman in a sex work, prostitutes on the street to prostitutes in the hotels to prostitutes in wherever they are, call girls, that's what I mean. Anybody in the fetish industry with their like, oh, my husband, we're going to have sixsomes and threesomes and fuck this, that, and the other. You're dealing with trauma. You're dealing with unhealed trauma. I understand people have their fantasies. I'm not talking about that. But when you're looking at girls in the strip club, so when women judge other women in that, because they used to throw that at me all the time. And I'm like, why am I being embarrassed? I'm earning a living. It's not illegal. And fuck you. Fuck you. So, yeah. The last time I saw them, I only saw them twice in my adult life. And I was, in 2005, we went to Florida. My dad had died. And no one told me until after, and I wasn't invited to the funeral. Of course not. And they didn't tell me when his brother died. But in 2005, we went through Florida. And so, no, blue sky. Why do people say summer nymphos? Nobody is a compulsive sexual person like that. And a lot of men will say, well, aren't men sex addicts by nature? Talking about the compulsivity of having to have multiple partners like at drugs, having to eat like this. Oh my God, 1 cookie's not enough. 65 cookies is not enough. That is trauma, okay? That is not a nympho. Nympho is made up by people in a misogynistic place. And also to every single person it says, oh, but they like fucking strangers every night. Do you like sucking dick every night of different people? That's not true. Men use that in a patriarchal society to justify their lust for women and their abuse. Okay, working in an orgy house, you see some interesting things. Right? I mean, fuck. Yeah, don't you? But even the men that frequent prostitutes, there is a trauma there. Yes, by predators. This is my belief. So women are not nymphos. Women are not going out there going, I want to fucking sleep with 100 different men. A lot of them are trafficked. A lot of them have boyfriends online that put them on OnlyFans, and the men take the money. Ladies, don't let a fucking man take your money. Men, don't let a woman take your money. If you're fucking, you keep your money. It's your money. Ugh. Anyway, I visited my mother in 2005. EMDR is really good. I visited my mother in 2005, and we were at, I've told you guys this story. We were at a restaurant, and she was sitting, Keithy was here, John was there, Jason was there, my mom was there, and she looked right at Jason, and she's like, I don't like him. But he could hear her. And Keith pulls me over, and he's like, I don't like her. I looked at her, I said, we can hear you. Bitch, we can hear you, and don't talk to my son that way. Yes, you do need therapy, don't you? Everybody needs therapy. I've been in therapy. I have no problem talking. My dad was always cheating on my mom, but I later found out his trafficked him when he was a child. Oh my God, that's an interesting story. His dad trafficked him. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry, because that doesn't usually happen. Like, I haven't actually run into somebody whose father was trafficked. That's an interesting. Yeah, everybody needs therapy. I was in therapy a long time. A long time. Funny how you mentioned cookies right now. I isn't eating all the cookies. But yeah, I need it. The therapy, what a nasty grandmother. Yeah, I know. Well, she doesn't consider it her grandson because they made a point of telling me I was adopted. So when you tell an adopted child they're adopted all the time, then they know they're not your fucking child. I don't look at bloodlines that way, but even my own kids said, you know, you're not their blood. So like society says stuff, and it's kind of, you know, yes, thank you, Blue Sky. Thank you for that. I was told to shut up my whole childhood too. I was told to shut up. When are you going to make your money talking? Yes, bitch, I am. Yes. Yes, bitch. Yeah. Yes, I did get emancipated. Yes, Freemason, thank you, they were. You're exactly right about that. So fucking stupid. My mother came out of England during the war, during the Hitler time, and her dad was higher up in the Ford Motor Company, and she went to 3 different families. So it was kind of interesting. Yes, I found my birth family. Not real family, birth family. A real family wouldn't give... No, I don't talk to them. I have some lovely cousins that I grew up with that were very kind to me. Yeah, but I don't call them my real family because the family that raised me, which would be the lunatics, would be my real family because they're the try mushrooms. No, I can't do mind altering anything. The people that raise you are your real family. You're talking about the birth family. There's no real, not real birth family. Yeah, I met my birth mother and I just found my birth father in March. He died just before Keith. And my birth mother I knew, you know, so I look like her. Yeah, so no, yeah, I did go no contact. I left the country. I left the country. That's what I did. So I say birth father too. It makes people mad. But it's birth. They're not your real anything. They didn't fucking bother to stick around to raise you. And I understand there's reasons. But here's the thing. I realized when I had Jason, my first son, when I had him, to give him up was a real fucking unbelievable thought and absolutely disgusting when I thought about giving your child up. To me, I was like, whoever does this, like you better find, and why as families, but I guess if we were dysfunctional to begin with, why we couldn't really help our kids, but somebody should be standing up and taking those babies in. Even if you're 13 and you have a baby, help them keep the baby. Yeah. I don't know if it was traumatizing. I just kept living, but I mean, I did fine. I'm strong in the sense that I didn't need them. My mother-in-law, I just was talking about this. I'll talk about Children of the Night in a second. Hold me closer, Tiny Dancer. My mother-in-law helped. I don't know if she was a girl down the street, but her name, okay, was Kathy the kid or Kathy the mother and Joni the kid? I think Kathy was the mother. Anyway, she gave her baby up for adoption. And so my mother-in-law went and got that baby back for her. Like when she found out that I don't know how they knew the girl, but when she found out that the girl had given the baby up for adoption, John's mom, my mother-in-law, went and got that baby back for her, meaning helped her do the paperwork and helped her recant what she did. I guess you have a time frame. And she brought the baby back, and that mother who'd given her baby up raised that baby. So she was raised with John and like in that family. And that mother ended up actually marrying the birth father of that baby. Okay. And then they had 4 kids. And when that baby got to adulthood, that mother had passed away of cancer. So had my mother-in-law not gone and intervened on behalf of that, mother, right? Then that woman would have never met her mother when she could find her mother, because the mother would have passed away for cancer. But this time she had a relation. So that was really interesting. I wouldn't even let my stepmother hold mine. There you go, Michelle. That it's so interesting. Isn't that a nice story? That's a nice story. But it's interesting. It's interesting because adoption's a whole thing. But why as a society do we think that adoption is a good alternative? Like, I understand you want to raise a kid, but like, who's adopting? So I think they really have to be checked, and they're not checked as far as, from what I can tell. There are some really good adoption stories out of there, but some of them not so good. Oh, what are my personal thoughts on abortion? Let's see. I found out my father wasn't my real father when I was 22. Was your father, DJ Wendy, the one who raised you, paid you, and loved you? Therefore is your real father. Your birth father is what you're talking about. So he wasn't your biological father. There's biology, and then there's the person who loves and caretakes you, even if it turns out bad. Those are the people that put the time in. Those are the people that I feel are the ones that are the parents. The other ones are your biology. Yeah, right. Yeah, yes, my biology. That's how I feel about it. My brother was adopted. I hated when people, yes, they always point out, yeah, John had a pretty good childhood. So he said I wasn't there, but yeah, I like his family. His family's been my family. I'm still friends, you know. How do you feel about same-sex adoption? Well, they have to adopt because they're the same sex. Nobody's got a uterus. Well, maybe 2 of them got a uterus. You're talking about men, right? Gay men. I guess if they want to adopt, then that's their prerogative. It's legal, so it's their prerogative. This year at 48 that some woman handed her. Oh my God, right? I mean, somebody asked me about abortion. Okay, so if I were to think of abortion at this point in my life at 57, I wouldn't think it was okay. However, it is legal and it's your personal choice, and you will have to deal with that. I do believe it's a baby, okay? Like, don't yell at me, people, fetus people, don't yell at me. Because if you want to be pregnant and you're 3 weeks pregnant, it's necessary, to be honest, when it comes to adopting children. I don't know that it's necessary. I know that they tell us it's necessary, but I don't know. When we were adopted, the potential parents weren't checked. Yes. Yes, I'm 57. Thank you, Carol, for saying that. Yes, but right now, okay. I can't handle menopause. Can be risky. Yes, it can. But if you go to a doctor, it's not that big a deal. As in, emotionally it is. But if you're in the first 6 weeks of a pregnancy, it's like a D&C. It's a scraping. So you will bleed. It's emotionally a problem. It takes 3 minutes. I've watched one. It takes 3 minutes. It's not that big a deal as far as what you're doing. They just take a little thing and scrape your cervix, not your cervix, your womb. And it's just like a little vacuum is what it is. So obviously if you go to a back street, no. So you would need to go to a real doctor, and it's not illegal. So the people, and by the way, just because something is legal or not illegal, when we die, we have to deal with our actions. So at this point in my life, I wouldn't encourage people to do it. But if you talked to me when I was 20, I would have taken you to do it. So, you know, that might be a bit hypocritical now, but after losing my son, I'm like, why would anybody want to lose a baby? But I absolutely understand it's your personal right, and it's your choice. It wouldn't stop me from talking to you, and it wouldn't stop me from helping you. Okay, like if you came to me and said I need help, I would take you, even if it wasn't my personal. I would do that for any of my kids' friends or anybody that any young woman that needed help. I would make sure they went to the proper medical, because I think it's more important that they protect their health, actually, honestly. So I would say this. Yes, there is forgiveness, because I don't think, well, first of all, as is the case with miscarriage, stillbirth, and abortion or termination, it's not really painful. Painful like a period. It's not as painful as giving birth. Sorry, it's painful like a period, but anything up your crotch, I mean, is probably. But what I'm saying is, if you have a proper doctor, it should not be painful. It should be done like in a medical setting. It should be done on a kitchen table, like they say. And so I'm glad that there's people who can do this properly. I don't think the government, crotch, I know, right? I say crotch. I grew up knowing I was adopted, and both adopted and biological families were screwed up. Yes, Beth. Yes, exactly. Motherhood wasn't in the cards for me. It's not for some people. I think the souls is harder, closer to when the baby was. I don't agree with late-term abortion on any level whatsoever. That's a child and they crack their skull, so that's murder. It's ridiculous. At that point, the baby should be adopted out. If you don't want that baby, you should adopt that baby out. If you're in the 6-7 months and you're thinking of terminating a pregnancy, other than for complete medical problems, what the hell is wrong with you? You should know before you get to that point that you're pregnant. And in fact, you do, unless you're in denial or on drugs. And in which case, come on now. I'm sorry. There should be no exception of that. And that is and I'll fucking stick with that one. But yeah, so I don't know what to say about that. But I think the souls, like in a stillbirth, that is murder. When the baby can breathe on its own, they give birth. You're being induced and you're giving birth, and they crush the skull with saline. They inject and crush with saline. That is murder. It's infanticide. And I don't care. That's legal. If you do that, that's a whole. And I knew a girl that did that back as a teenager in Canada, where that was legal up to 6 months. Okay. And I had a roommate that did that. She was younger at the time. I was in a group home at the time, but I actually knew someone who did that, and it fucked her up. Because she had to give birth. Now, a stillbirth, you have to give birth too, but the baby's already passed. So, of course it is. Absolutely is. Everything is viable at 19 weeks. What I'm saying is, when you have a 7-month fetus and you go in, there's a problem with you. You have the problem. You have the problem. Since you're pushing the baby out, let's give it up for adoption at that point. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, who am I? But that's how I really feel about it. That's just my, yes. Hi from Switzerland. I mean, there's a whole, let's see, I lost 2 babies miscarriage. Do you think they were the same soul? They can be the same soul. I had several miscarriages. In fact, the day that I got married to John, I had a miscarriage, and I always knew it was Jason. And Jason came around the following October. So I had like 3 miscarriages prior to getting pregnant with Jason, and I always knew it was Jason. Always knew it was Jason. Like, I knew it was the same soul. I didn't know him as Jason. With Keith, I didn't know where he came from. With little Dewey, I didn't know where he came from. Let's see. I left you emails. I need to get in contact with my brother. I'll read my emails. Of course a baby should be allowed. That is murder. Look, Keithy's peeking out. Look, it's Keithy. Okay. Sorry, I just looked. Some people don't want children, and that's fine. You don't have to have anything you don't want to do. That's a choice. No one, we're taught we have to have children. We're taught we have to get married. I had to drive to have children. It's the only good thing I've ever done. Jason will have, yes, I do. Keith showed me a son. So yeah, I think him and Kenna will have a son. I'm 40, had our daughter at 44. Don't make it a timeline, make it a divine line. Yeah, you can have you can have your babies later in life. Some people do. Some people do have their babies. I wouldn't try to wait till I was in my 40s because it might be a little bit harder. I had a dream of a baby I aborted, and he was young. Well, they grow up on the other side, so he was showing you that he's okay. Sometimes they come to the physical experience here, and for whatever reason, we don't follow through with the birth and the termination of the pregnancy. They grow up on the other side with us. Sometimes they come back in, and sometimes they jump lifetimes and they go somewhere else. I've actually seen that. So what you're talking about in your dream, I've seen. I've seen people walk in with like kids on the other side that are like full grown energy. I'm stuffed. I'm always stuffed. I'm stuffed constantly. It's so annoying. Tallulah's down here, but I don't even think it's her. Is it wrong spiritually though? Okay. First off, I don't know what's wrong spiritually because I'm not God, but considering the bullshit that goes on this planet where people are killed for $50, people are raped in the street, people are sleeping on the street, little kids are sold for sex. I'm going to weigh it with all of the other things. And I don't know that it's wrong. It's a choice. So I don't know if that's wrong. I mean, it exists and it exists for a reason. I think what is wrong is for people to, kids is not for everybody. Absolutely. I think what's wrong in our society is they sell abortion as like, well, if you're incested or if you're raped, the baby has nothing to do with that. The baby is a separate thing. So even if you just want to have an abortion because you don't like your partner, you can do that too. Like, you don't have to justify it with anything. It's going to be a choice that you're going to make. And my understanding is the soul that comes through for the pregnancy that's terminated, it does take an emotional toll for sure. But I think the soul that comes in, well, they say don't judge a woman's decision, but here's another take on that. If you're pregnant, does the man have a say-so in your pregnancy? If it's a mutual act of sex, not rape or incest, obviously, but does the man have a say-so? Or just the woman? Because they're going to flip that in society. And I don't take allergy pills at all. I don't take any pills. I don't take anything. I do drink diet soda sometimes. But somebody asked me about transitioning. Let me just say this. When you were 13 and you got your period, right? And you got your period, what if somebody came in and give you male hormones while you're getting your period, or you're a man and they're giving you female hormones, you're growing breasts, and you're cutting off your genitals? Now, first of all, the evidence of cutting off your genitals suggests that you will never pee properly again, and that it won't work right. It's like an open wound. So I don't think that people who are not frontal lobe developed should decide it. Keith and I, he was 24 turning 25 when he died. On his 25th birthday, I was taking him to interview with doctors for eye surgery because he always had really bad eyesight. So we were going on a lot of doctor visits. So I told him we had to wait for him to be 25 till his brain was developed to do the eye surgery. So why would you cut off a penis of a 17-year-old or think that that's okay to do when you can't even fix your eyesight till you're 25, right? Why would you do that? I'm just asking, look at it in context to that. You actually need your eyes to see and to drive and to do all kinds of things. And Keith wanted to correct that, right? Because he had to wear contacts always and had astigmatism, so they could do that surgery. Every doctor we went to said you have to wait till you're 25. So you want to take a 20-year-old who doesn't fucking know what they want? Do you remember being 20? I was like mental at 20. I mean, I thought I knew what I wanted. But if you can't have eye surgery till you're 25, you know, right? People who got LASIK will be regretting it. But what I'm saying, I'm not even talking the LASIK. I'm talking like key stigmatism. So he didn't have, maybe it was partly LASIK. We had like 12 doctors we were on our way to, and he was 24. And I said, as soon as you're 25, like in December, in January, we're going one doctor and we're going to interview them all, right? So I will say it again. It's important. Each trans child is worth $2 million. Yes, yes, Billy Joe, you're right. But first of all, it's fine if you want to be a different gender, like if you want to dress like a woman or dress like a man. I would think the female to male surgery, just giving yourself your breasts, removing your breasts would be the easier surgery. I don't know, but removing your penis just seems like a lot of problem. So I don't, why would people, well, LASIK, I don't know that they know the eye surgery. It does cause, it's a laser, right? But I was trying to just do whatever. We were going to interview doctors. What I'm saying to you is they wouldn't let him do the surgery, even if I plunked down the money, like 20 grand for the surgery, till he was 25. So why would anybody on planet Earth think it's okay to cut your penis off before the age of 25? If you want to do it when you're 25, I guess that's a surgery modification you can choose to do, right? If a doctor will do it. And there's probably like only 3 of them in the world. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing. My son decided to be a female. Did he decide to have the surgery? Did she decide to have the surgery or not? Because I think you can dress as a woman, and I would encourage men to keep their penises, but I know clients that didn't like their penises. And to me, that's a trauma from childhood, to just hate that appendage. Or they stepped into this life as a male and they wanted to be female. Like maybe they agreed to come in as male. I can see that. You wear a pair of shoes for 30 lifetimes and then you switch shoes and you're like, oh no, I don't like those shoes. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't cut my penis off. I'd want to have orgasms. I'm going to be, who would give up the option to stand up and pee? Exactly. Yeah. Instead of peeing in a cup in the back seat of their car when they're stuck in a traffic jam. Yeah, there's a huge way. Oh my God, detransitioning. Yeah, I don't, here's the thing. You can be gay, you can be lesbian, you can be trans. You can be whatever you want to be. That's true. But people have to realize that there's some bigger thing pushing it. And it's really weird. The soul is in and out 6 or 7 months. It's in and out till age 4, actually. You can change your mind. You can change your mind about coming in and you can leave. I have always been a woman, I think. Oh, and I've been male in lifetimes. I'm going to order ice cream. Yeah, order ice cream. I've been male. I definitely feel male. Like my moods are male. I'm female, but like I get out of my car and beat the shit out of someone. I feel male. Like my aggression, I'm aggressive. So I'm not like a typical, but I'm a fire sign. So there you go. I do think circumcision. Okay, here's my thinking. I did not circumcise my kids. My kids hated when I said that. I'm so bloated from the butter tarts. But here's my thing on circumcision, okay? Circumcision. First of all, it's a Jewish tradition. So they can have their traditions and their religion for whatever the reasoning is. I don't know the reasoning. I know that it was for some reason, but I don't know. So I can't comment on that. But it is a Jewish rite of passage. If you're not Jewish, why are you doing it? And secondly, I was not going to take my sons to a doctor and have them take a knife where they tell me the baby doesn't feel it. Yes, they do. And traumatize my sons. I refused. Absolutely not doing it. I heard every kind of bullshit. It's dirty. It's not just Jewish. Wait. It's not just Jewish. Uncircumcised. No, I'm saying it's part of the Jewish religion to circumcise. That's my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. But why do you need to cut something off your body that you're born with? saying that to every woman with a breast job, including myself. Yeah, male when I'm pissed off. So yeah, I did not circumcise. No, uncut's not gross. It's not gross. As a woman, if I love the person, it doesn't matter to me. But why? See, you ruin. No wonder men that are circumcised are such compulsive masturbators, because they got no feeling. Yeah, it's biblical for Jewish people, not all people. I'm not Jewish. I wasn't going to circumcise my kids. I wasn't going to cut my kids. I wasn't going to do that. I also wasn't going to have a cesarean, and I wasn't going to get a epidural, and I wasn't going to go to a hospital to give birth. So I'm kind of that person. I just wasn't. No, there's no proof it's unhealthy. If you're talking about not circumcising, nobody says that it's not healthy. You learn how to. Just stop here for a second. So you got an outside appendage on a man. Okay, so you have a penis. It lives outside of the body. You have a little bit of foreskin on the top of said penis that you can pull back and clean. You teach your kids how to do that. Are you telling me that it's dirtier to have an uncircumcised penis than a woman's vagina? Because we've got 6, 7, or 8 inches of moist tunnel in there, and nothing is going on in there. But you're telling me this little teeny bit of foreskin is so unhealthy, we have to chop it off. No. They used to cut women's clitorises in the Middle East. You know what the clitoris does? It gives you an orgasm. Most women have to have an orgasm by using that part of the body, not just from penetration. So they decided to cut it off, little girls, right? Why? To ruin sexual pleasure, because they have problems. Yeah, let the kid make, right. When they grow up, if they want to do it, let them do it. That's what I'm saying. That's right. They'd cut them with cans and stuff. Oh, God. In the Middle East, there's a model. I read her story. She was a model, and she was actually circumcised, female circumcision. And kids died from it. Like, who does that? Like, what are you doing? No. I have 3 boys. None of, yeah, well, when you say they still cut on girls, I'm like, they still cut on boys. Girls have vaginas. Do you know how much stuff could go wrong? But a boy has like this little teeny bit of foreskin, and we got to cut it off because it's unhealthy. That's bullshit. That's a lie. Unless you're saying our vaginas are unhealthy, where we have the whole length of the penis is inward and it's all moist in there and it's like its own climate. So no, it wasn't Iman. It was I don't know who the model is. She was it's not Iman though. I listened to her story. I can't think of her name. I just watched it. I was fascinated. It was so interesting. She was real attractive, beautiful woman. And she had that problem. So sex isn't pleasurable for her. She's not going to have an orgasm from just having a penis in there. That's not how it is. Most women have to have clitoral stimulation to have an orgasm. Now I'm your sex doctor over here. But that's a fact. That's like a thing you can look up. So is that her name? There you go. Yeah, then you know Elizabeth, who I'm talking about, or the other one. Y'all know. But if you're saying that a uncircumcised penis is unclean, I want you to think about a woman's vagina and how you're not carving that up. So why carve up a boy? I wasn't going to do it. I was not going to hurt my children like that. Right? My ex-girlfriends did that to me with anger. Did what? Circumcised you? Yeah, well, it's proven it's not dirty. That's your fear. People are shoving their dicks up people's asses and they're worried about circumcising. Like, maybe you should consider that first. I'm just saying. People are shoving their dicks everywhere and they're worried about circumcision. I mean, come on. You screw 6 different women and you're worried about what? If you get dirt on your penis from 6 different women, it's because that's the problem, not your penis. Oh my God. Oh, come on. I mean, geez. Here, let me shove this up your ass. Don't clean yourself. Let me go to a prostitute and worry because I'm yes, yes, her. So let me do that. Let's see, getting ripped when they're doing it. This happened. That's what's happened. I never heard that. Men don't always pull the skin back. Okay. I can't help it if people don't take their hygiene. I can't. I can't help it if you don't clean your body properly. That's a you issue. Do you brush your teeth? There's a big orifice in your mouth full of all kinds. Yes, thank you for telling me her name. You guys should look up her story. It's like really interesting. You teach them how to clean. You tell them to go in the shower. Like you teach them to. How do you teach your daughters to clean? What do you say to them? You say wipe from front to back. And you tell them to wipe themselves, and you tell them to use soap, and you tell them to do that. Why? What are you saying to your sons? They're too stupid to know how to clean themselves? Come on now. Come on now. Come on. I just shut up with all that. Do you brush your teeth? Do you wash your hands? I taught my kids to wash their hands the minute they walk in the house. So before I touch anybody's baby or eat food or do anything, I walk in the house. Yeah, bidet. I can't say it, bidet. Before I walk in the house, before I touch anything, I wash my hands because I've been outside. Like, isn't that hygiene? I mean, this is common sense. It doesn't take rocket science. I mean, it's not fucking rocket science. When you get your period, do you know how to clean your period? I mean, come on. Yes, yeah, wash in the crease. Billy Joe, thank you. Billy Joe said it best. People, wash your creases. Wash your eyelids. Clean your ears. Brush your teeth. Get behind your ears. Clean your butt crack. Common sense. Scrub behind your nails. What's the problem here? Yes, please wash your hands in and out of the bathroom. Come on now. Okay, men who are lazy with hygiene are not gonna, it's never gonna work for them either way. Wash your cracks. Yeah, clean the undercarriage. I mean, I can't help it if you're not... We're a bunch of savages. Clean the cracks, scrape the tongue, thank you. Gargle, do it. Your belly button lint. Belly button lint. Yeah, I'll get the belly button lint out. Get the belly button lint. Yeah, do all of that. Clean your toes. Do all of that, right? Yeah, I've had this necklace for years. For years, this little cross. Rob Ford. Clean your ear. Clean your ear. I mean, this is just common sense. You want somebody to go down there and suck your dick, clean your dick. I mean, come on. And guys, if you're going with a prostitute out in the street that you don't know where they've been, then you don't know where they've been. That's not hygienically safe for you. Germaphobe. Oh, God. What are we talking about? I feel insane. It's not, no, why? Okay, first of all, when I was a stripper back in the day, okay, 14, 15, so in the early 80s, all right? In the early 80s, the girls, this is true. You want to know in the strip clubs? I'll tell you. So you're thinking to yourself, how do strippers get out on stage when they get their period? Do they take the week off? What do they do? Right? Oh, no. Some of them cut their tampon strings off and would shut, but we all have big long nails. So that's a problem, trying to grab that tampon with these fucking nails. Okay, so I used to use a sea sponge that you would boil in hot water, and you could put the sea sponge up there, right? And it would collect all the blood in the little sea sponge crevices, a natural sea sponge. Some people use it for makeup. And so that I had no strings. Okay, so that you're not bleeding while you're on stage because you got men's faces in your crotch, you got no undies on, right? So these girls up in the change room, they didn't want to have a smell down there. And I knew back then it was going to be a problem. Do you remember that? Was it FDA spray? Do you remember that? Crotch spray, douche spray, and douches. What did they sell to women? Oh, your vagina smells. Excuse me, patriarchal society. Not true. Not true. Okay, another lie sold to women. Now you got to worry because the natural hygiene of your body that God created, FDS spray, those chicks would open their whatever legs and spray that stuff right into their bodies. I was like, y'all are going to be sick. Y'all no. I never did that. Never did that. I never douched, never did that. That is not the thing to do to dry your skin out like that. Just no. And they put talcum powder down there. Nope. Summers, yes. But those things are not good for you. They cause problems and they're done to sell, right? It's just like selling technique. Yeah. Selling tons of makeup. Yes, exactly. It's exactly like that. Is Oprah cleaning her big eyelids? I don't know. It's a self-cleaning oven down there. No, I never did that. I just never did. I mean, I bathed every day. Why do I need to do that? I'm not going out there after just having sex, but I wasn't one of the working girls, but they would spray that stuff in there. And I'm curious to know how many of those girls got like cancer down there from that. Honest to God, like spare a damn square. Humans are not meant to smell like roses 24/7. Yeah. Wash with water. Absolutely. Just wash yourself. Oprah's eyelids. I don't even know what that means. I can't even go there in my head. Yeah. I don't use any. I just shower. I use soap. That's what I use. Beast infections. Yeah. Let's see, my daughter. Yeah, the cups. Exactly. I scrub my feet. Yeah, I scrub my feet. Coochie spray's no good. No, it's not. It's full of chemicals. I'm like, talcum powder will kill you. Cancer from talc. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They sell us all kinds of shit as if we're not perfect to begin with. I think you just have to take care of yourself. That's the best. Just take care of yourself. Like somewhere, brush your teeth, clean your cracks. Don't spray stuff up there. You know, don't spray a bunch of stuff in your face. I scrub my hooves with antibacterial soap. I didn't do any of that, and I have ovarian. Oh, I'm sure you didn't. I'm sorry, Kimberly. I'm sure people get cancer as well. I'm sorry you have that. Are you doing the treatments? What are you doing, honey, to fix that? Can they fix it? I hope they can fix it. I'm a Bath and Body Works addict. Well, you can put smell on you, but you know a lot of perfume has hormonal disruptors in it too. No gerbils in the butt. Okay, don't use any chemicals on your coochie. No. Trim or no trimming. That's personal taste. The reason that they, it's simple, grab a hose from the backyard and let it rip. The reason that they started shaving everything down there started in the late 70s into the 80s because they were gearing people towards a more pedophilic society. If you shave everything off, you look like a little kid. So if you look like a little kid, then they've got men conditioned to think that that's normal. So you can have a landing strip or something. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't think it has to be like an untrained garden, but you can do whatever you want. It's your body. Do what you want. If you want arm hair, have that. Eating popcorn, yum. Stallone started that rumor. Yeah, you can douche with vinegar. Yeah, you can do that, but you don't need to douche to begin with. Why do you have to do that? What is wrong? If you smell, you have an infection. Go get the infection taken care of. 70s Bush, okay. At this point, I don't care. I don't date, so I don't care. I don't care. I'm not stripping. No one cares. I don't care. So, yeah, I don't care. I hate Bo. Okay, let's see. The hair that carries. Yeah, did you hear about the golden? Yes, I did. I heard Tara Manning, if that's her name. Orange is the new black. Yeah, she talked about the golden juice. I blame Michael Obama. Kids and people beat their kids. Aw, Leah, yeah, it's terrible. Terrible that happens. Thank you for that. Thank you. Is it true, Rod Stewart? I didn't know if it was Rod Stewart. I thought it was Cindy Crawford's husband. No, I haven't read Janice Dickinson. She's interesting, though. Yeah, Kimberly, a good outcome for you. What are you doing to cure that? Did they have anything? I think it is the Chrome. Richard Gere, thank you. She stopped using deodorant and she passed away. Wait, what? I missed that. Okay, what is the 1111 portal? Richard Gere. Hi, nobody likes you. Willie Lopez, everybody likes you. Nobody likes me. I think I'll go eat worms. You remember that? But yeah, anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting in our society what we put on. Just eat healthy. Put makeup on if you want. Don't put makeup on. Use all natural products if you want. I'm not wearing deodorant right now. I think it is the adrenochrome. What else would it be? I mean, the golden juice, she said, so you can live forever. Problem is, when they tell you, if you do this contract and you do this, you can live forever, they can't, no, the golden juice isn't pee. That's not what she's talking about. Hygiene classes for dummies. Yes, exactly. A diagnosed with acute. Oh my goodness, are you okay? Yeah, you remember that song? What is the pink juice? No, it's the golden juice. Is that like a golden shower? I think it's different because Whitney asked, was that a golden shower? Nobody's living forever, but here's what they don't tell you. If you sell your soul, which you cannot sell because you don't own it. So, no, here's the thing, Patrick. They get caught in a cycle. They don't incarnate correctly. So they don't go on. They keep repeating like Groundhog Day. So it's interesting. No, I haven't done the loom. I hate their commercials. I can't. I cannot. So I thought it was original Listerine. Okay, you can't. Yeah, you don't own your soul to sell it. They don't teach hygiene class. Okay. Passed away and she didn't wear deodorant. She passed breast cancer. Oh, well, she might have had breast cancer anyway. I saw with Whitney Cummings playing dumb. Yeah, well, of course, they all know about it. They know about it. If I know about it, they know about it. Golden shower is their soul is captured. Well, the minute they take the deal, this is just my understanding of it. And I just did another video I'm going to edit, so I'm going to get off of here soon. But my understanding of it is when they take the deal, okay, so when they sign and they want the money, the power, the whatever, first off, like Matthew Perry, who acknowledged doing it, right? But I forget the name of that now. It just went out of my head. Anyway, the deal that he took, look at how miserable he was. Read his words. I mean, you got a hit show, you got that, but you blowing your stomach out doing opioids and drinking? Like, what the fuck? What kind of, what is that? What is that, right? That's not any kind of happiness. So they are never content because when they take the deal, they have to witness and bear things on their soul that is not good. Okay. So if it's not good, then they end up struggling with it. And they always come to collect with it when they try to get better. They're not going to live. It's like a gang. They're not going to live. Yeah. There you go with Taylor Swift. Right. So, I don't know what to say. They take the deal and they get their fame. That's what they get. Blew his colon out. Thank you. Stomach, colon, whatever. So it's a real problem. I mean, you're not happy. I mean, Richard Pryor set himself on fire. Taylor Swift is obvious. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. If you think that's important, they have us thinking it's important. I thought it was important too. I did. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to be famous and not necessarily famous, but rich and an actress and all of that. But he says the chicks didn't like him. But what was he trying to date? What was he doing? I mean, like, I see a lot of people married out there and he seems to have had advantages. He wasn't ugly or anything. So why wouldn't they like him? Right? Yeah, exactly. Taylor's a lesbian, I believe. But anyway, Matthew Perry's facial expressions look like he was tortured. You're going to be tormented because you let that shit in, right? Makes more money. Yes, and that's J.D. Rain. You got a point there. The lawyers end up, there's such a thing like Marilyn, Elvis. They have after-death lawyers. So it's actually on this planet, for you to make money in fame, they will kill you in order to prostitute off of your talent. If it is indeed your talent, right? So if it's your talent, or was your talent involved in the deal that you made? So did you have the talent, or was the talent opened up for you because you made the deal? So yeah, I never liked Matthew Perry. I never really watched Friends. I never watched Friends ever. I watched this interview. Can you refresh us? Oh yeah, you just go to my website, sloanbella.com. If you can't find any openings, message me and I'll look on the calendars because sometimes it messes up. But yeah, they collect the insurance money, but they always kill you. Just like I was going to say MK Ultra, just like MS-13 or, the cartel, they will kill you when you don't perform anymore to the levels. So it's not a life. It may be fun look at Scarface. Okay, minus the huge amounts of cocaine he did. The movie Scarface, about the character, they're after each other all the time. So yeah, they make a deal and that's what happened. Brittany Murphy let her mother in her life. Huge problem there. Terrible. I didn't really watch Friends. Terrible, but they all get killed. Corey Haim, another one. They all get killed and they do their drugs. Why are you doing drugs? Bieber is obviously one. I mean, it's like, He did a Faustian prayer, which is basically agreeing to sell your soul for fame. Now, people don't believe it's real, but if you can go to church and you can pray with a priest and you can do incense and you can do incantations and you can do prayer, then why wouldn't the opposite work? So it was the stupidest show on the planet. So yeah, Bieber's depressed because he knows what's going on and they all witness it. They all bear witness to it. When you bear witness to crimes against your soul, okay, you may be the toughest, hardest person, but in your last days, when you're on your deathbed and you bear witness to what you've done and what you've witnessed, and you actually have to live that on your way off this planet, ooh, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. I don't want... Yes, they're dead. They kill them. That's what they do. It's exactly right. It's terrible. Yeah, Prince was a real... I love Prince. But Prince... I had clients that lived with Prince, and he's a real person. I listened to an interview with Priscilla Presley, and I think it's that Pierce Morgan. Is that right? Pierce Morgan. And she's talking about Elvis. And she's a little bit delusional. I mean, it's her experience, so I'm not going to knock that. But she was like 14 and he was 24. Like, I'm just thinking, my Keithy was 24 and I can't imagine him dating a 14-year-old. The fuck are you dating a 14-year-old for? Like, it's different. Even if she was 20 and he was 30 or 30, that's different. 14 and 24, and Prince was 36 and his girl was 16, right? Yes, mega money, exactly. So like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I don't know. She was fighting granddaughter. I know. Priscilla Presley is one of them. She comes from that family. Okay, I have granddaughters. I didn't have a daughter, but I was not going to let my sons go. I wouldn't let them go out and date like Anne Margaret if she were 10 years older when they were 14. Like, what are you, fucking retarded? I mean, what kind of parents does that? Oh, but he's chaperoned. Okay, why is your son, who's 24, wanting to have a 14-year-old around them? Yes, right? Right? Oh my God. Which ex-wife? Priscilla or another ex-wife? Yeah, Prince apparently stole all his dad's stuff. So Prince, you know, Prince is Prince. Prince was bisexual, I think. Sold her. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I have no respect for a man who's 24 and you're going to go date a 14-year-old and then she lived with his father? Like, who are you that you're like, why are you watching my daughter? Like, come on now. I don't care why they did it. I don't care why you did it. It's wrong. And Priscilla's like, well, you know, it was the time back then. I don't care who you are. I do not care who you are. Yes. Yes. Of course they're going to have a sweet spot for him. He has money and he's rich and he's famous. Yes. Yes. And he's good looking back then. She pulled the plug on Lisa and put it. Yes. 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 She's one of them, of course. I mean, when I listen to her, she's not even, why did Elvis and Priscilla look like brother and sister? Well, Elvis redid her, right? Didn't Elvis package her? Like a Svengali. And then there's Bo Derek's husband, right? Lisa, they probably were. Yeah, I'm sure. Poor Lisa Marie. Poor Lisa Marie. Her son died just before Keith died. Oh, so sad. Elvis had Down syndrome. Okay. He doesn't look like a Down syndrome child, but that doesn't excuse it. You tell your child. You tell your child you're not dating a fucking 14-year-old. He's got handlers that control everything he does, so control that. And poor Lisa Marie, exactly. R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Yes, exactly. Cher's husband, 30 years younger than her. I don't even know what to say about that. Lisa Marie, 54. You knew 27 Club. Yeah, manipulative men like to turn young women. Absolutely. Elvis, I just got a message. Elvis only dated 14-year-old. Okay, I'm thinking, Rascal, my rascal is 12. I'm thinking of her at 14 or myself at 14. I mean, I would think it was cool, but what do I know? I'm 14. I'm still picking my nose and giggling and like, you know, whatever. I was only dated 14. I just got that text. Hilarious. There was kind of a cultural thing. Yeah, you can call it a cultural thing all you want. Your daughter is 14. What are you doing? And Madonna's another one. What the fuck is she doing with a 28-year-old boyfriend? Yeah, Keanu Reeves' girlfriend is like Michelle Obama, right? Am I wrong? Am I right? That's his setup, right? Okay, I don't know. She looks like a Bigfoot. Okay, shut up. Who said that? Stop. Not picking on her. Okay, so it's grooming. Yes, I know what it is. You're 14. I mean, I can see if you're 20 and you're with a 16-year-old. That to me is even weird, but I can see it more because 16 can look 17, can look 18, and some people can get married, blah, 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 blah. A Lori Bigfoot, Lightfoot, right? However, 14 is pretty freaking young, and Madonna is very creepy looking. Like whatever she's done, when I see her on stage, what is that ass out here? I don't know. Okay, Keanu dated. I know who Keanu dated, and I know that I just did a podcast on the smiley face killer, and I say David Geffen, #1 contender for that. David Geffen and his party bus all over Chicago. Young men go missing. Why is that? Because you're a high priest and you control everything in Hollywood and you need vital energy for your control. So you take it, you party with it, you fuck it, you torture it, you film it, you sell it, and then you dump the bodies, clothed, unclothed, all over the Chicago countryside, right? Yeah. And then the best thing, oh my God, AKA Diddy. That is exactly right. Okay, did you guys fucking hear? Did you hear? Okay. Madonna looks insane. Whatever Madonna has done, there's that meme that's out there. Did anybody ever think that Roseanne Barr would be better looking than Madonna? Well, it's true. Roseanne Barr actually looks like a person. Madonna looks crazy. Did you hear? Yes, Michael Parker. It was a good show. Is Keanu as perfect as they make it seem? Well, Keanu, however you say his name, he's Canadian. Although I like him a lot, there's been a lot of death around him. Girlfriend, baby, someone else. So their good deeds will outdo their bad deeds, hidden in plain sight. So the more that I wanted Botox till I saw Madonna. I don't know that that's just Botox. She's been pulled. They use their good deeds in charity. Yes, Willie, sacrifices, exactly. They use their good deeds to say, look, I may have killed 3 over here in order to keep myself vital, but because I'm alive on earth and vital, I will now donate to all of these St. Jude's, Children's Hospital, blah, 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 blah. I will donate because my good deeds outdo my bad deeds. However, just the murder of 1 child, there's no amount of outdoing good deeds to get rid of that to the family of said child, just so we know. Kiana, I don't even know how to say that. Okay, so she looks like she had a BBL in Tijuana. Okay, so listen, y'all. Last week or 2 weeks ago, LAPD had 4 police, sergeant, and I don't know if they were all sergeants, suddenly choose to remove themselves off of planet Earth. Why? They did not, yes, and his wife died as well. They did not choose to do that. If you believe what they're saying, and LAPD, look what they did. The officer, when I showed Detective Stacy, my homicide friend, right? When I showed her the LAPD footage of Keith's accident, well, the police around the accident, one of the first policemen to the accident was the one that ended up dead in his training, in the LAPD training. And he was Bobby knows this on here. We watched the tape. And 6 months later, he ends up dead by accident with broken ribs and broken neck and in a coma during training in LAPD. Very fucking interesting because he was actually nice. So when I'm watching people speak, it's not that they're mean or not, but he took what he did seriously and he was very like following the rules and not like doing, yeah, he ended up dead. He's in the case. If you look up Officer Tipping, Tipping, he was actually one of the motorcycle cops, one of the first ones that showed up for Keith's accident. I mean, Keith's death, but his accident. And he too had an accident while doing their training because LAPD, all police, I'm sure all over the world, they go in for training. Okay, so they do their training. Oh, I know that. I know it was a lie. But if you look it up in the paper, the parents are suing. Yeah, he stuck up for, allegedly stuck up for a female officer that had been raped by, you can say lots of good policemen. I have a friend, Officer Stacy, who helped me tremendously and is a very good person. I'm just saying, 4 of them committed suicide in the past 2 weeks. That is not true. That is not true. These people are not police officers and somebody just retired and they all decided within 48 hours of each other to kill themselves. Please, it's not that, just please. They knew something. I would think it's about trafficking because in every single state, all over the world, I mean in every state in North America and then all over the world, the law enforcement has operatives. Just like the government has FBI, CIA, whatever, the police departments have operatives that protect cartel traffickers. They take money, they take bank, they take graft, and they have people. So when you go ring, ring, my neighbor is selling Asian women like it happened in Woodland Hills. Asian women, pregnant Asian women, giving them visas. Somehow they got visas. But you and your relatives can't get visas, but they could get visas to have the babies here. And then where are those babies going? And then they're just going back to Asia. Sweat lodge. So when that got called in, it got put off for several years until the right officer got the call, the good officer. Of course they put a hit on him. That's what they're doing. And it's about trafficking, I'm pretty sure. But he's in the LAPD tapes. And I thought it was so interesting because he did the job, like he was a good policeman. He was about 32. He was tall and light-haired. And he showed up there. I've got him on video and it's so sad because he seemed like I didn't get a bad vibe from him. Some of them there were obnoxious, okay? Some of them said some stupid ass shit and made a decision like that and their attitudes were fucking stupid. And somebody was even making fun of Keith on the ground. Somebody was even making fucking fun of Keith on the ground dead, okay? One of the police officers in one of those videos. And by making fun, Bobby and I watched it, but he made a comment like, oh, I wish I could have met you under livelier circumstances. And I'm like, my kid is dead and you're standing by his head. And that's a bullshit that you're saying. So yeah, I can hear it on the tapes. I don't know. I just took it that way. Bobby and I both took it that way. Bribery over traffickers. That's what I'm thinking. So Officer Tipping was not one of those people. He kind of just walked away and did his job. He didn't comment to those kind of comments. And he just kind of did his job. Measured. You know, there's no skid marks. Like there's no tire marks. Nobody put their brakes on. This looks like somebody like he said hit and run at the time. So kind of interesting. So I can see the whole thing because it helps me with my mind to understand what happened. But my point is, I do know that if you go in to be a police officer, number one, you know you could die at any given time. Number two, you see shit. John's best friend, me in my marriage, but it was John's best friend in school was a homicide detective, like Detective Stacy, who's a homicide detective. They see death every day and they're not killing themselves, okay? They see domestic violence, they see sexual abuse, they see murder after murder after murder after murder, and they don't kill themselves. I'm not saying they don't get fucked up in the head, but they don't do, the cop said that, and one of the cops, well, I wasn't there, I'm seeing the tapes after the fact, but Bobby will tell you because we watched the tapes, but anyway, those homicide detectives, and I've known 2 in my life who've seen everything, okay, people's brains blown out, you know, they're there at the scene, They don't take their own lives. So these 4 cops went home, one retired and the rest, and they just decided to what? Kill themselves? That's what they decided to do? Like all of them within 48 hours, 3 of them within 24 hours? Just like boom, boom, boom? Why? Why? Why did they do that? And it reminds me of, all right, let's go this. Anthony Weiner, while we're on a thing, related to Matthew Perry's death investigation. I don't know. I got to look it up. They're not really releasing the names. One of them was the sheriff. Valencia. It might have been 3. Chatsworth. It might have been the super early good morning from Germany. Hi there, super good early morning from Germany. Have your coffee. I can't have it right now because I'll be up. But 3 of them were from the same, and 1 was from Valencia. I think 3 were from the Valley and 1 was from Valencia. They were in very close proximity. So it went from one house to another house to another house, and then Valencia. I heard the Valencia on the last one. Reminds me of Mr. Anthony Weiner, okay? Of course it's a bogus story. It's just, they were going to talk, and it's about child trafficking. Now, I'm going everywhere. Okay, here's another thing. Just heard in the movie industry, I'm going to say this. I know who I'm talking about in this, and I know them. But anyway, if you're in the movie industry and you're making movies, movies have been designed throughout time to launder money. So they go into Croatia, they go into the Ukraine, they go into Mexico, they go into Canada, they go into Ireland, they go wherever they go. Okay, could even be Japan, the Orient, wherever, Asia. They go wherever they go, and they get funded to do these movies out of America. And then they hand the money over, right, from the corporations, studios, and they hand it over to directors. These directors go and buy warehouses and property. Then they can film the porn, bury the kids, they can do whatever. They launder the money from the trafficking so it has a paper trail. That's what this is all about. This is what they're all about. Then bring up Baby Burlesque and bring up Shirley Temple with a bunch of men wearing a little dress with these men playing on their laps. What the actual fucking hell is that? Every movie that Shirley Temple did, what the actual, floss your teeth, very important. What the actual hell is that? What is that with Shirley Temple? Where are the women? What, this 4-year-old child is just running around sucking on a lollipop like this? What is that? What on God's earth is that? I mean, what the fuck is that? What is that? I can't handle it in my head. So let's go back to Anthony Weiner. Back in the day, 2016, when I was talking about this. Not on YouTube. Just in my personal life. But let's go back to Anthony Weiner, okay? Let's go back to his wife. Is it Uma Abedin that worked for Hillary Clinton? Her right-hand sister lover, Anthony Weiner. So Anthony Weiner gets busted doing a selfie of him and his dick with his 4-year-old son in the bedroom, which the son, or 4-month-old or 6-month-old or 2-year-old, I don't know, it wasn't 4-year-old. Anyway, he's sexting a 15-year-old, which is disgusting enough because he was like 50. However, that's not what was really going on. That is bad. I'm talking about Anthony Weiner. So they go into Anthony Weiner's house and they take a laptop, right? And they take, and I have a point to the story. They take this laptop. And so Uma Abedin, Hillary's wife, Hillary's sister wife, Uma Abedin, married to Anthony Weiner. So Weiner gets busted because this 15-year-old's parents see this message because he's such a jackass. He's got to yes, frazzle drip. I never say that right. Exactly. So anyway, Hillary, and Uma, sister wives, they're over there. Anthony's laptops. They take the laptop in, and on his laptop is a file that says life insurance. It's not life insurance. Okay, it's blackmail against Uma and her sister wife, Hillary. All right, so it's a Mormon thing, sister wives. These 2 bitches are on tape scaring the shit out of a toddler, so I'm told, allegedly, and then taking the face off of said toddler in order to scare said toddler and doing whatever they do right? Doing whatever they do. There were 9 police officers that witnessed that tape. They all committed suicide. Yes, they are demons, little sunshine. Yes, they are. They all committed suicide within a month of each other. Some of them that had worked 50 years or 40 and then retired. So you're telling me with triple pension that they get, because he would have been an old-time cop back then. This is 2016. What Anthony Weiner's laptop, he would have been an old-time cop. So you telling me he decided to kill himself before he could go on vacation? I don't fucking think so. They had nervous breakdowns. They all committed suicide. All of them. They saw 9 of them. And nobody fucking questions that? Come on now. Because at least that guy made it as a cop. He retired. And then he's getting triple pensions. They don't do that anymore, okay? They don't give him overtime in this. Now, take that tape and you've got, I think, okay, so then you've got Trudeau, okay? Whiny pussy boy, Buster Brown Trudeau that runs that country I'm from. That whiny, finicky, this is where I get aggressive, punch in the face bitch man running that country. That little pussy, pardon my language, that little guy hires a pedophile from college that is his right-hand man that gets busted around the same time. And he hires a humanities minister named Peter Danglish. Now, Peter Danglish is off in Nepal because they have little boys that like money from America in Nepal, and their parents sell them. So Peter Danglish gets arrested in Nepal for fucking an underage boy, 12-year-old boy. Because, you know, he liked the boys. On his laptop, he has the same file. So this perverted file is on everybody's laptop. But Trudeau has like 3 people busted in his cabinet, people he went to college with, and Peter Danglish, who he hired, that are on the sex offender registry. Why? 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 And why is everybody killing themselves? Everybody's just killing themselves? Why? Why? Castro. Yes, I know. Why? Why are they killing themselves? Why are those 9 cops in New York, pretty tough cops, they look at it. Now, I'm not saying they weren't disturbed by what they saw, because if you see that, which I wouldn't want to see it, but if you see that, then you understand what they're doing, okay? Then you probably traded him. He probably was. Yes, Castro's kid. I remember when my cousin sent me that. Yes, of course, Matthew Perry was a buddy of Trudeau, and his mother worked for Trudeau, not the kid, the dad, the other prick that ran our country, okay? So no money, no problems. Exactly. So so you know, Matthew Perry, here's the absurdity. I'm just going to say this. Here's the absurdity of Matthew Perry making a Faustian deal. I never say that. I was going to say Freudian slip. Faustian prayer, whatever that word is. So let's just look at that. Why did he say he did that? Because his mother was already in that club because she worked for Trudeau. So he was already farmed out as a kid, and they all fucking know it, okay? They all know it. They all know it. They invert them and then act surprised. It's like, no wonder they're screwed up. To the further question back on this live, when somebody asked, what do you think about transitioning? If you're a female, and yes, Faustian bargain. Thank you. I'm like Freudian slip, blah, blah, blah. I'm throwing it out. Deal with the devil. So they don't want the good ones working with it. Yes, they don't. They don't. You know what? I cannot tell you. I'm still fighting with these fucking stupid ass people. And they think yes, he was betrayed. He betrayed that little boy. Exactly. I am, because of the 4 police that died here. They got fucking murdered. That's not suicide. The 9 cops were suicide. Yes. Yes, I know why they were killed. I'm saying, if the general public is so stupid that they think these people are killing themselves all the time, it's ridiculous. It's not that way. That is not what's happening. Yes, it's very obvious that Matthew Perry had trauma, but here's the thing with Matthew Perry. Don't make deals with the devil. And if you have that kind of trauma, be a big boy, pull your pants up and fucking deal with your trauma, because your trauma is what fuels your addiction. So if you've done things, then atone for them and agree to die with it, but stop putting your addiction on everybody. I can't look at people like that because there's something inherently really wrong with their thinking. Obviously, they're addicts, right? Yes, and his impotence problem tells it all. Wait, whose impotence problem? Trudeau or Matthew Perry? Which one can't fuck? Trudeau. Okay. Just saying, he went to the island. Okay. Who did? Trudeau or Matthew Perry? Okay. They go to the island because they have to do that. Because once they start doing that, that's part of their deal. P. Diddy, P. Diddy, P. Diddy, right? Matthew Perry. Yeah. He just grossed me out. I found, and when I listened to his story, he acts like the addiction is the problem. It's like, no, that's not your problem. Your trauma that you're not speaking about is your problem. Try getting congruent with yourself and yes, I know. No, it's Keith Morrison. Keith Morrison. P. Diddy, P. Diddy, P. Diddy. Drake, P. Diddy. Drake, P. Diddy, right? So with Matthew Perry, as much as I feel sorry for addicts, that's another form of gaslighting. To say you, honeycomb, exactly. To say you cannot. Of course Matthew Perry was molested. He was sold. His mother worked for Trudeau. There you go. Was impotent because he was born female. He kind of looked like a fat ass woman, right? Oh God, forgive me. And he was a crybaby. Yes. He was a narcissist though. Okay. Oh my God. I have Springsteen. I have somebody who used to fuck Springsteen. I mean, she was a client. 20 years ago, she was telling me, and she's on here. She knows who she is. She was a mistress to Springsteen, and he did make that deal. And she told me he did, and she's not wrong. That guy can't sing. Everybody's like, oh, he's American music. He's garbage music, okay? Okay, sorry. I know some of you like Springsteen, but no, I think Matthew Perry was a Leo, and he really looked Virgo. He was persnickety. But here's the problem. He kind of looks like a woman, but he lived his addiction. There's a problem with that. If you're in addiction, okay, and you keep forcing your addiction on everybody, you've been brainwashed into thinking you can't, it's an addiction. They tell you you can't quit it. They tell you that smoking is worse than heroin. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you telling me that smoking a cigarette is worse than injecting heroin? Shut up. Such a lie. They gaslight you until you get it in your thinking. It's your thinking. What does your thinking equate to? The trauma that makes you go, I'm not disputing the trauma, okay? I'm not disputing that. I understand people go through horrific things, okay? Thank you. You go through horrific things. I get that. I'm not disputing that. I'm not even saying you shouldn't do drugs. But aren't you a bit narcissistic to force everybody in your environment to deal with your fucking addiction? Okay, aren't you? Aren't you a little bit of fucking, like, why do we have to deal with your fucking bullshit? Why don't you take your addiction, lock yourself in a room, and shut the fuck up with it? Here's the problem. We've been gaslit to think you can't stop an addiction. Human beings are incredibly powerful when they choose to transcend energy vibrations. Addiction is a vibration, and they tell you you're addicted and that you can have a drink a day, and here's these pills, and they put them into the public in order to keep your energy fields open so that your energy fields can harvest demon activity in you. They want you addicted. You can't, it is a choice. It's abso-fucking-lutely a choice, and it's a choice, and I'm very unpopular when I say this, but I'm sick of how much we give to addicts. Like, oh my God, well, they're an addict, they're drunk, they're this, they're that. What about the people that don't live that life and have to put up with your shit and have their life ruined by you? Speaking of like Matthew Perry's family, or people that had to deal with him. What is that? What is that? It's a vibrational. You're stuck in a vibration. Yeah, I don't like Bruce Springsteen at all. Dancing in the Dark. Okay, that was an okay song. But we're told it's an okay song. So the addiction, first off, you got to deal with your trauma. I'm not saying don't go to therapy, and I'm not saying it's not hard. I have a hard time. If you told me to give up coffee, I might die. I get it. I get that. But we've been gaslit into thinking you can't quit. Okay, yes, they like to do their drugs. The truth is they like to do them. So go do them, but stop your whining, Matthew Perry. God rest his soul. But, I mean, hopefully he can be, you know, that way. But the point is the trauma triggers the addiction. So the trauma is what you have to deal with. And I did not hear Matthew Perry, does meditation. Yes, meditation does help. I did not hear Matthew Perry talk about what led to his trauma. So he still couldn't get truthful in the end. He's in rehab. You know why they open up rehabs, don't you, in Malibu? I'll tell you why. Because they charge you $40,000, and where Keith died in the valley too. All of those rehabs, they get government money, okay? I know 50 a day is a bit much. I can't make you get rid of stuff in your colon if it doesn't move. Yes, exactly. No, the opioids cause the clog, doesn't it? Isn't that what happened to Elvis too? But here's the problem for the rehabs. Rehabs are funded on government money. So the government, see if they can get on the dole of the government, which is what rehabs do. I'm not saying some don't go in with a good intention, but they get a shit ton of money to help everybody. Okay? So they help you. If you have money, they give you, I have clients in Malibu where he had a rehab. $40,000, $50,000 a month. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing to make that person get off drugs for $50,000 a month? I guarantee you it's not helping them. You don't need to charge that much. They're getting government supplements. They're getting houses. They're getting their rents paid off. They're getting blah, 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 all of that. Okay? They're hiring people, their friends, past addicts, all of that. And then when there are people in there, now if they have celebrities in there, say somebody like Richard Pryor set himself on fire. He could have used rehab. Crack is whack, Whitney Houston, she could use rehab. But they're all trauma-based shit, okay? And if you make a deal and you're at a Hollywood party and you let someone fuck you up the ass or you fuck a kid, then your trauma is well-deserved. Maybe you should think about what you did in the name of money. And while you're getting applause, maybe you should stop doing that shit. Anyway, he had a colostomy bags and had it reversed. Yeah, I get it. I get what he did to himself. I feel sorry he did that, but I also know why he did it. And he never said why he did it. So how do you expect to fix yourself? Anyway, the rehabs, you can put your kids in a rehab. But in the rehab, Bobby turned me on to this movie, Body Brokers. So when you get sober, they have you muling the drugs to people in the rehabs, to keep them in the rehabs, to keep the money coming in. Do you understand this? It's a fucking game. It's a game. So he had a rehab, and he's talking about the rehab. Oh, Danny Bonaducci. I used to see him in Starbucks all the time. He was vibrating. Yes. Yes, he owned that. This is my point, Kung Fu Panda. This guy who speaks jacked up on booze, slurring his words, running a rehab. Why? What's going through that rehab that's a commodity? What's going through that? Brad Pitt is banging. Okay. I can't go there. It's a whole scam. So there's body brokers, there's rehabs, and the guy's still he ruined his bodies, but there's a movie called They Were Abused. I know they were abused. Everybody on earth is abused. They're neglected, abused, fucked, sodomized, raped, raised by addicts. That's every single one of us. What is your point? There's people that were raised in Hitler's Germany in the camps that don't behave like that. So why are we dealing? He's not on the steroids anymore, Beth. Why are we doing that? My camera's not so sharp. That's too bad. Why are we doing that? Why are we allowing it? So when you look at it, it's cash cows. It's only about money. They don't give a shit about curing cancer. They don't give a shit about curing your addiction. They don't care if your child's murdered or kidnapped. They don't care. And we idolize people like Bruce Springsteen, the backstory on him. We idolize Obama, who don't even know what to say. You know where I got this shirt? I got this shirt at Wet Seal like 15 years ago. No wonder aliens avoid Earth. That's what I'm saying to you. When you realize what these people are doing, you do know that Al Gore, that fat seal-like walrus of a man, okay, that was running with Clinton, you do know that Al Gore got caught in the airport with a briefcase, I've said this before, full of blood vials, full of little vials of blood. He was gorging himself on the chrome. That little fat fuck in those little shoes and that stupid ass suit. He's actually pretty tall, like 6 something, but 6'4" or something. Adrenochrome. You tell me why he has a briefcase full of... I was alive and watched the news when that happened, okay? I actually witnessed it on the news. I don't care if it's scrubbed from the internet. I lived it. So why is Al Gore running, and why is he carrying a briefcase full of blood vials? Why? Why? I don't know Bruce Springsteen's bloodline. No, he's a pig. He was gorging on it. That's what he was doing. And his wife Tipper, I know, right? Al Gore couldn't even convince people. He didn't invent... Who says they invented the internet? Who's the... Like, what? And Bill Gates created nothing, okay? Oh, yeah. Global warming, this and that. Shut up with the global warming. Just shut up. Don't talk to me about global warming anymore. I can't. I just can't. Do you remember that with Al Gore? Now does it make sense? Adrenochrome? Because we're like, why is he carrying blood vials? He had like a whole briefcase full of these blood vials. Why? Because he's shooting himself up with the stuff. The juice, the golden juice that Tara Manning's talking about. That's what's going on. Al Gore, that's pretty... Yes. Who wants the last name? What about Engelbert Humperdinck? That's not even his real name. Why did he pick that name? What the fuck is that name? Bill Gates must have estrogen from all... Oh my God. I mean, right? Right? Exactly. Gore also brought us climate change. You know what? Until they get... Here's the thing. If any ultra... I am fat shaming Al Gore because he's... Listen to me. He's gorging himself on the blood of children. I am going to fucking fat shame him. That's where that appearance comes from. You're fucking right. I'm going to fat shame you. Why you think you can go for president and do that with kids' blood? Why you think you can do that? Why is that okay? Why is that good? And little sweater-wearing Bill Gates. Of course Gore has beachfront property. Yeah, of course he does. You should not fat. Yes, they did ask me to not. I don't care. Al Gore was fat. He had that look when they eat the flesh where they get all bloated and they look like a seal. And I'm being dead serious. And if you don't like what I say, you can suck my dick that I don't have. That's it. Sorry. I don't care. Suck my dick. Put it right in your mouth and gag on it. Anyhow, but I'm asking you, he has that seal look from eating the flesh and drinking the blood. That's what he has. That's what he looks like. I'm sorry. I'm describing what I'm seeing. That's what he looks like. Brian Kohlberger, he seems like he is a government killing machine. And did I hear that one of the women or one of the living... Did 2 people live in that... wherever they got killed, Brian Kohlberger thing. Did 2 people live, right? 2 people, and one of them was transgender, and none of them called the police for 8 hours? Did I hear that right? I don't know what to say about that. I don't know. I wasn't there. Tara Manning is playing good cop, bad cop, like she's outing. She's not where she is if she didn't do it, okay? So they can lie all they want. And what they're doing is they're trying... And Roseanne Barr admitted to doing a deal with the devil when she was 12. I've heard her say that. I've been alive and I'm not on drugs. I heard it. Tara Manning and Whitney Cummings are both playing against us. So we're conspiracy theorists, allegedly. It's not a conspiracy when it's true, by the way. No transgender, but okay. No, I think they're saying he's transgender. One of them. And Dylan, is it? I might be wrong with the name. Don't quote me because I haven't paid much attention. It seems like it's a setup story with a machine and the government involved in it. And let's watch about how this... See, they call us conspiracy all the time. However, why is Tara Manning saying it? She had a hit show. She got famous. She got all up over there. Why? Why is she saying it now? She knows how she got on camera. She knows how she got that. Yes, the chrome is the golden juice. She knows that. So why is she pretending like she didn't take it? She did fucking take it. I say she took it. I say, yes, Whitney, she was on Whitney Cummings' show. Yeah, I say she took it. That's what I say. Let's see, conspiracy theorists are the only people who don't agree with the government narrative. Yes, Little Wayne. Well, Little Wayne drinks that juice. What's that juice? Cough syrup. What do they call that? I forget what they call it. The cough syrup and whatever, cough syrup with the juice, the grape juice. It shuts your liver down. He's already had a liver issue. So, yeah, that stuff. So, yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, and her brother died, by the way. Yeah, I just look at Children of the Night that I work. Somebody asked me to talk about that. Lois has told me never to talk about it, that I didn't work there, but I did work there, so I can't go down there. Anyway, my friend bought Children of the Night shelter, okay? So Lori bought it, and it's being redone. Anyway, Children of the Night, when I worked there, pregnant with Jason, had Jason, pregnant with Keith, left when Jimmy died. So right after I had Keith, I left there. So anyway, Children of the Night was a shelter where you could call in, okay? You could call in and say, I'm under 18. I'm being pimped out by whoever on the street. I need to come into shelter. And they would send, she went, not just me, it's a bunch of people. But anyway, I have proof I worked there. It doesn't even matter. But anyway, just look at it this way. So Children of the Night had the call-in service. So the kids would call in and they would send a cab. At the time, they didn't have Uber. A cab to go pick a kid up. Now, just look at it this way. We have kids that come into shelter. Back then, there was a woman named Nancy Lee that worked for, and I don't know her last name. She worked for, a tall blonde, she worked for City of Los Angeles, and they used to give drugs, transitioning drugs, to the kids in the shelter. It was all part of the program. They got millions of dollars to give money, hormones, to mostly the men, the boys that came into the shelter, okay? Lean, that's it. The lean, that's cough syrup with the codeine cough syrup with whatever flavor in it. Yeah, the cough syrup for asthmatics. All the kids did it. You could make a lot of money. You could sell like a bottle of codeine cough syrup for like $500 for the lean. Like it went. Watch your cough syrup, everybody, because some fucking kids be selling it, gangbangers and shit. Anyhow, and rappers. But yeah, syrup, the pros, methyl, whatever, I can't say it. Anyway, Lois did the shelter thing, and I got bitched at for saying I worked for her, because I did, and I'm not going to not say it, because I fucking did. No, not NyQuil. It has, Little Peep died from pills. He was friends with the boys. He used to go get his drugs from some of the kids at school. It's not funny, but anyway. What am I trying to say? So anyway, I did a show where I talked about Epstein Island and Jeffrey Epstein. And somebody that was donating money to Lois, I guess, called her and said, you can't have this woman that says she worked for you, which I did, by the way. You can't say, I volunteered and then I had a paying job. And I can remember working there when Kurt Cobain died. So pregnant with Keith and all through there. Anyway, okay, I can say what I want. I can say that I don't think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, and I will say that. And I can also say I worked at Children of the Night, because I fucking did. Anyhow, long story short, they had a system where the kids would call in from all over the world, and they had different shelters, and not just Children of the Night. My friend's place and all of them, all the way through Alberta, and there was a whole reference book. And so the kids would call in, they would send a taxi. They would get donations. They would get donations to transition kids. Now, when I worked there, I don't think he's alive. No, I actually don't think he's alive. When I worked there, we had a kid that was trafficked by his mother to the mayor of Mexico and then came down the pipeline, and at 16 ended up in the shelter, because they're all sucking dick out there on Hollywood Boulevard. Mostly men, very few women, although we did have some underage girls that were 12, because we were 18 and under, 12 years old, that would suck their thumbs on the couch and go out and turn tricks during the day because they've been turned out by their parents. Now, any man that's fucking that girl that wets her bed at night and sucks her thumb and is 12 years old needs to be fucking eradicated. Children of the Night at the shelter. Anyway, We had celebrities on our list. We had Eddie Murphy. We had a bunch of celebrities on the list. They took Divine, was it Divine Jones? Was it Divine Joey? Yes, I did a lot of readings for the kids in the shelter. Yeah, Lois was pretty progressive with that. I did astrology and a lot of readings on the kids, which they enjoyed. And I loved working there, okay? I loved it. I loved it. I felt at home in that environment, which is a very strange thing to say. But Divine Brown, thank you. Hugh Grant's mistress was hidden out there when everybody came after her, although she was overage. There were other shelters, like Lori's shelter is for overage 18 when they're aged out, and Lois's was for underage. Anyway, just think about it like this. Is it Diddy's time to be exposed? Oh, he's exposed. But just look about it this way. If every kid that's being trafficked by a major pimp or a major this is out there calling into a shelter, then they know the locations, right? So if they know the locations of the troublemakers, then there's that. Now, we had instances where the kids had to go to therapy and the cabs were sent to take the kids to therapy, and the cab drivers were giving the kids money for sex, okay? Like, that shit happened when I was there. I bore witness to that kind of thing. Kids would run away. The kid that was trafficked into, and we had kids with AIDS, we had kids that were schizophrenic, we had kids that were abandoned. A lot of the gay kids had stepfathers. Listen, women, when you have stepfathers and your stepfather's gay and he fucks your son and your son runs away and turns tricks because of stepdaddy been sodomizing him, that shit happens, okay? So just know that that happens. They got a lot of funding from LA County to transition kids, okay? To transition. J-Lo took a deal. J-Lo knows that Diddy shot that gun and killed that guy in the club, and J-Lo's career went up when she testified in court that it wasn't him. Know that. And does J-Lo look happy? She don't look happy to me. So just understand that. J-Lo made a deal with Diddy, and J-Lo talked in court and said Diddy didn't do the hit on that guy, pull a gun out, or it wasn't his gun, or whatever she said. And then her career skyrocketed. Quid pro quo. You do this for me, I scratch your back over here. So, yes, I heard about that, the sacrifice. So that's really, really, really interesting. Anyway, when you look at it, the kid that was trafficked out of Mexico by the mayor in Mexico, I don't know which part of Mexico, that kid who dressed as a girl also took down one of the police chiefs, I want to say in Beverly Hills, because every time the kid got busted, he would service that officer. So they use them as blackmail so that they can keep what they're doing, keeping. And one of the biggest funders to Children of the Night, and it's out there in public, was one Mr. Hugh Hefner, CIA operative, okay? Honeypot operations, Mr. Hugh Hefner, I'm gay, and I do what I do. He donated a lot of money. Now, he ran a trafficking ring in the Playboy Mansion. Like, he was not a good person. I understand y'all want to see your naked crotch out there on the magazines, and he's so inventive and this and that. But why is he so inventive, and what are we using to do with those magazines? Yes, the women are beautiful. I'm not saying that. Gorgeous. And it's classy because it's Playboy, right? Is it classy? Or is it just a way of dressing up Penthouse and then dressing up Hustler and then dressing up Cherry magazine? What is it? Right? So, yes, Hefner fuck men. Hefner watch gay porn. I don't know, okay, bisexual, whatever. So, when we're looking at it, all of these things are put into place. And he was into animals. I was going to say that, Monica, but I thought that might be, what's his name from Hustler, Larry Flint. I thought that might be Larry Flint. But understand, Hefner donated a shit ton to abused children. Their good deeds outweigh their bad. Their good deeds outweigh their bad. Their good deeds outweigh their bad. Nothing about porn is classy, and it takes Springsteen's on antidepressants. Yeah, well, when you make those deals, you know, Obama is built like a hairless Bigfoot. Well, I know he dated a friend's cousin of mine. One of his first girlfriends, Carrie Lee, was one of my friend's cousins growing up. And all we wanted to be was like her, naked and on a magazine. Like that was the ideal, because Canadians are the hidden stepsisters, like in Cinderella. Canadians are taught, we can't do this, we can't do that. So you get a poor Canadian girl or a Canadian, because there's less people in the country. You can go there, you can kind of blind them with diamonds and whatever, right? You can kind of do that. But and Dorothy Stratton, it was actually her boyfriend / husband that pimped her out. So there's that. But yeah, they're beautiful women. You got a lot of, European women in Canada. So he was into degradation, obviously. Yeah, I mean, he paid them well, but he controlled them also. He controlled them. Of course he messed them up. He's an abusive old fuck. Can you imagine looking at that guy? I mean, I like old men, but come on. Watch the documentary Women. Oh, of course they're messed up. They had them on. They fucking with their heads. Yes, they're predators. And everybody that went in there, Bill Cosby. So one of my friends, I always mention her. She was the set designer for Mad Men, okay? So you know who you are, okay? We used to hike all the time together. She had a very prominent position on that show, and she decorated the set. Anyway, her dad, this is something she told me. She grew up back east. There was a Playboy Club back east, and Bill Cosby was there. Her dad didn't allow her to watch it because he was an ad guy for real and went there, and Bill Cosby was notorious for what he was doing. And I also had a friend that told me that. I didn't believe my friend, but she said he would whip his dick out in the Paramount lot all the time. So he'd come to his door of his room, Bill Cosby I'm talking about, and he had his house coat on, and he'd open it. Who wants to see your ugly ass dick, bro? Cover your ass up. I ain't fucking you. I don't want to see it. So there you go. But ladies from Canada, what are the guys from Quebec like? No idea. Yes, behind the snuff films. Of course. Of course. And so many of those women ended up getting murdered and all of that. I mean, but understand, Hefner was a CIA monarch mind-controlled programmed person. Programmed, okay? Programmed. I had friends' dad who hated him back in the 70s because he was a pervert. Yeah. And all of his stuff about, he was. He showed his dick to people. Can you imagine? My friend worked on Cheers, and she said when Cheers was on the lot and he was on the lot, he'd flash his penis. Can you imagine, like, going to work and you're like, I got to look at this dude's dick? I mean, to tell you the truth, I waitressed and had to look at guys' dicks. I stripped and had to look at their dicks. So I don't care if I see your dick, but like, seriously, what is wrong with you that you have to show it? You're a fucking adult. Like, grow the hell up, you sick fuck. I'm not fucking you. I don't want to see it. Like, really? You're not going to make me cry or anything, but like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, children's books ended. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about Cosby. That is Cosby. It's not exhibition. There's another thing they're trying to do. I know, the chocolate pudding commercials. I don't know what that's about. Was he eating shit? I don't know. They have to do those things, though. They do those things. I don't know what it's about. I can't. Why drag it out? I can't. I just can't. Anyway, when you're looking at it, when you're looking at the shelters, I have a whole different viewpoint. I personally, and I worked in shelters, I worked at Covenant House. Look at the owner of Covenant House, or the priest that did Covenant House, right? Covenant House, that guy was a pedophile. He hid in upstate New York. Freemasons, it's exactly what it is. It's Freemason fuckery. But I mean, like, Covenant House, I stayed at Covenant House, and they did a lot of good for the kids on the street. It was transit for all the prostitutes and the sex workers, runaways, thieves, carjackers, whatever. Under the age, Mew is right down here. She's right over here. There, you heard her. So they did a lot of good. Covenant House came out of good, but that priest had to fuck kids and get busted, and it's not funny. Father, whatever his name was. They all do it. They do it. Read the testimony of the Catholic Church where they had certain crosses on altar boys, certain crosses, so that other priests would know which boys were pliable and which ones would bend over and which ones wouldn't. They gave them the gifts of cross. And people People, for the love of Jesus, why the hell do you think that a man on earth, Linda Lovelace, another one, why do you think a church with run by men for human beings, why do you honor them so much? Because they choose to call themselves men of God? Why don't they just, Bruce Ritter, thank you. You guys know the names, Pluto. Pluto is a planet. It is. And it's not a dwarf planet either. It's a fucking annihilating planet. But anyway, when you look at it, why is it that people are so stupid? I thank God wasn't raised in that family, that kind of family. But why would you think any fucking lying man on earth is telling the truth about religion, let alone that you have to honor priests? Who the fuck are they? Who wears a robe and says, I work for God? Really? Do you? Do you? You can work in reverence to God as a Christ-conscious person, but why do we have a whole fucking thing out here where we have groups of people that let these fucking priests around their children, okay, to rape their children, and we still, why? Take a look at that. How do you know what they're talking about? Why are they men of God? Because they walk around in a robe, father, whatever. Their good deeds outdo their bad. So it's just like, fuck. When she was in Camden, the priest would blow the altar boys at school. That's all they fucking do. Yes, I know you're Catholic. It has nothing to do with your Catholicism. Stop listening to the priest. You can believe in God and Jesus, which is essentially being Christian. Catholic is another sect of Christian. It is Anglican. It is Protestant. It is all the same fucking thing. They all split the church. If you believe in Jesus, Catholic. There's not different kinds of Christian or Catholic. Stop with the man-made religion. The man-made religion, okay? The man-made religion. Not the worship of your Lord and Savior. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the churches that men collect where they hand out a plate for money. Fuck you. You don't pay taxes. Fuck you. You get donations. And you take up the best property with your dumbass churches, okay? And you don't pay anything. And meanwhile, your congregation is starving and you're raping their kids because they're single mothers and destroying them with the trauma of these people. I can't. Don't get me started. And out of Ireland, in fact, okay? Out of Ireland, the most trafficked area through the Catholic Church that worked with the royal family. I can't. I'll go crazy. I'll have a nervous breakdown. You can be raised. I don't care what you're raised. Understand, when man opens up a church, it's gratuitous in nature. And they all give donations to St. Jude's Children's Hospitals because they're doing raucous shit that you choose not to say. Oh, he's so good. He's a philanthropist. Yeah, okay. What did they do? Why are they donating so much? Are they donating out of guilt? Or did they do something? Nuns coming up pregnant. Nuns. Oh my God. What about that movie, Philomena? Taking the children, selling them for adoption in connection with Georgia Tan out of wherever in the South. Adoption agency. What is going on? What the hell is going on, right? I think cemeteries take up the best. Oh yeah, I don't do cemeteries. Mm-mm. As you know, I cremate, and God does not care if you cremate. What are you going to do with your body? What are you going to do with your body on the other side? Everything they do in funerals, oh, your loved one wants a really good, whatever, you put them in the ground, coffin. Really? Does your dead loved one who's nowhere in sight need you to bury them like that? Stop buying their shit. Stop believing it because you have guilt because your person died or you believe what they're saying. It's just, no, God doesn't care if you go to church. It doesn't, no. I know they're, right, Philomena it was heartbreaking. They took her fucking kid. Heartbreaking. And I have an acquaintance that's a nun now. She became a nun later on. Yeah, philanthropist is a code. Absolutely. I was in Best Buy and the poor kid that was talking to me, he's like, there's questions for you to answer on the thing that you buy your stuff, right? And it's like, of course, begging me for money. I said, why is your company begging me for money? And he kind of laughed. I said, no, really, it's not bad enough. I just paid $50 for a cord, like, this cord because I lost my cord. That's not bad enough. You got to bother me for money for Children's Hospital. Why doesn't your CEO that makes 2.5 million a year or 10.5 million and his wife in her Mercedes with her fur coats and your kids in private school, why don't those bitches give money? Stop asking me for the money. You're not getting it from me. And I'll say it every time. Look what they have you doing. Look what you do. Anytime you phone, ring, ring. Yes, I'm talking to T-Mobile about my phone service, right? So, let's see. How about iBlinking? Yes. Okay. Joel Olstein, I know from somebody on here. I don't know if I should out that Bobby because she's a PI. Same shit. Same shit. They all do the same shit. Okay. They all do the same shit. If you have to go look at Smiley Face over there and think that that guy's normal, fucks trannies. Anyway, if you think he's normal, fucks the trannies. If you think he's normal and can tell you how to be, you're insane. Think for yourself, take people's advice, get rid of what you don't like. That's normal. But listen, I think he likes trannies. They all love the trannies, right? They all love it. Okay, found that. Yeah, of course. They do all kinds of shit. But here's what I was going to say. I was going to say something else. Oh my God, what was I going to say? You should not be going to a church where the archdiocese and the people connected to that Vatican, which is his own fucking country, where they kill everybody and bury them underneath. You should not be going there because they don't reprimand the people who fucked your kids. Just know that. That's what we're talking about, right? I know. What man? Exactly. They used to have women priests, but you understand in the Catholic religion, Anglican, Protestant, which I think they can have females, back in the 1700s, they changed that. Do you know, I don't like any man-made church, Seventh-day Adventist, Mormon, I don't care what it is. Man put up a house and said, God wants you here. That is bullshit. I have always talked to God. If you have to go to a church, you can go to a pastor if it makes you feel better. You can do whatever you want. But understand they're man-made and they do not follow God's word because man fucks everything up. If you can't tell. Yes. View women as exactly. So when you call T-Mobile, I'm just saying because I called T-Mobile, they're like, can you answer a 5-second survey? And anytime you call a help consumer line, they're like, the person on the line's like, it would be very, very good if you could answer the question, whatever. Why am I doing that for the corporation? You may think it's good for the products and the people, but I'm not your corporate bitch to be leaving a review of your service technology person. You hired them. You fucking interview them. And I'm not your bagging bitch at the grocery store in the free checkout. Oh, look, you'll be able to check out yourself. No, all you have me doing is paying more for a bag that you said you needed to get rid of because of the environment and climate change, you lying sacks of crap. You donate 5 cents to the little birds that might eat it. And then you have me, the dumb bitch that buys your groceries, that you hike the prices up where families with 2 or more kids can't feed them because you can't. $8 for blueberries. How many people are eating those blueberries? Because I could eat 6 of those myself. Just asking. Anyway, you have this dumb bitch checking the groceries while paying 6 times more for said same groceries, while paying for thicker bags that are polluting the environment more, while your corporation at Ralph's or Stater Brothers, while that bitch, whoever runs that company and his family, steal your money because you feel good. You help the climate change. Liars. Nuh-uh. And now I told you, the one girl, she came over and she's like, that's not how you scan it. You know what I said to her? I'm sorry, I'm not employed by Ralph's. Why don't you do it? Because it's your fucking job. I am not here to do your job. It's infuriating. They don't help you. I have to pump my own gas. I mean, not that I wouldn't, but I'm serious. I am fucking serious. Start looking, yeah, let's see, loss of, oh, the employees at, I can only speak of Ralph's in my neighborhood, but the employees at Ralph's are so stupid. Here's why. No offense to them. I know they work really hard. But here's the problem. You no longer get your pension. You don't get health insurance because you only work 12 hours. They have 16 lines of checkers that they have only 2 people on, which makes those lines monstrosities because they want to control you because you're a fucking idiot and they want you to go to self-checkout because it's better for you. Fuck off. And then they want you to pay more, suck my dick, and then buy a plastic bag, which they made you sign legislation against when you voted, I believe it was in 2020, to ban the bags. But then they make you buy the bags, which they were free before, and you could repurpose them and they were thinner, but now you're paying 10 cents a bag, and I steal them all the time. 6 or 7 of them, so I can really clog up everything on planet Earth. You bunch of fucking assholes. Oh my God, I can't. I'm having a nervous breakdown. Anyway. Right? What the hell? What is happening? Why do we fall? Don't vote for that shit. Do not vote for that. Do not. They just laugh at you. The CEO's like, look, let's make these dumb people feel really good about donating money that my wife and my 2 brats will go to private school for and get braces. Meanwhile, your kids can't. Meanwhile, you can't buy enough blueberries to feed your kids 3 servings of fruit a day because it's too fucking expensive. Oh my God. Oh my God. I know they think we're stupid. Then you've got all the people, and this is if you're on food stamps, you motherfuckers. I don't care if you're on food stamps, but why are you buying Pop-Tarts? Why don't you try buying food? Yes, you're right, Monica, I should. Why don't you try buying nutritious foods? Everybody and their cousin's on food stamps suddenly. Everybody is eating shit. Meanwhile, I got to work and pay for it myself. Ain't nobody giving me food stamps. These people are on everything. I just realized you're taking my fucking taxes. You're taking my taxes. Now, if you're a pregnant woman and you need help, really the baby of your father, the father of your baby should be paying. And if you're able to work and you are working behind the scenes, but you're scamming the government, fuck you too, okay? Fuck you too. Honestly. Get a job because you're already working. I'm just saying. Oh my God, I've lost my mind. It's infuriating. And meanwhile, Biden's out there telling you if you make more than 600 on PayPal, he's hiring 40,000 more people to fucking track you down. Why doesn't he go after the people scamming the government? The welfare people who are buying the nails, driving the SUVs. I'm not on catnip, you motherfucker. No, it's just me. It's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I cannot. I can't handle it. I'm just like, and here's my last pet peeve, then I have to go. So, hiking, please explain to me, okay? Please explain to me. Oh, the small hat zone. Yeah, I know, right? Please explain to me why I'm hiking, why idiot hikers, stupid fucking hikers, okay? I'm just saying this. Go to the bathroom on the trail. That's all fine. I go to the bathroom everywhere. Not number 2, just pee. But if you are going to go on the hiking trail and pee or whatever, you can cover stuff up. You can do whatever. Why do you leave your toilet paper on the trail? Do you think that someone's going to come and clean house out there? Is that's what's happening on the hiking trail? Is somebody going to pick up your toilet paper? What the fuck are you doing? What kind of entitlement is that? Here's what you do. Since you're a little weenie with your backpack on, how about this? How about you go to the bathroom because you can't help it? You're in altitude. You have to do whatever. How about you carry a Ziploc bag in your knapsack, and then you carry another bag with wipies in it, and then you carry a third bag for your dirty wipes. How about that? And just put it in your bag. And when you get where you're going, put it in the garbage. How about that? No, no, you got to leave your diaper wipes. I mean, your toilet paper all over the trail. Is there something wrong with you? Are you okay? Like, what is wrong with people? I mean, no, I'm serious. No, it is. I just ran across it this morning. I was like, what the? No, this is not homeless. This is hikers. And if you're homeless, I'm sorry you're homeless. That's usually a drug issue. And if we're going to talk about, oh God, I can't shut up. It must be something wrong with the moon. Okay, if we're going to talk about this, they keep pushing mental illness. Okay? In America, everybody's mentally ill. What about mentally ill? Mentally ill, mentally ill. Let's talk about what mental illness and the homeless is. There is a trauma that leads to an addiction that leads to homelessness. They're always on drugs and alcohol, and they have a trauma that they won't deal with. The mental illness is a frequency break due to the trauma. There's no such thing as mental illness, the way that they describe it. I'm not saying you can't be off your rocker. I've been off my rocker, and you could take meds. But not everybody is mentally ill. Some of them have fucking rankest drug problems and alcohol problems. Started by trauma, so let's call it what it is. No, you don't put the bags on the ground. You carry them in your knapsack out. When I hiked through Palm Springs and I used to get my period, I'm being totally truthful. I would wear big pads and I wear a wrap around my back. But let's say after 6 hours, I had to pee and I had to change my pad. Do you think I left my pad on the ground? No, I put a pad in my knapsack, changed it, put one in a bag, put it back in my knapsack, and when I got where I was going, I put it in the garbage. That's what I'm talking about. Take the bag to put you can seal it. I mean, come on. Why are you putting your stuff on the ground? What is that? Yeah, I hike in the Hollywood trails. I'm just asking you, why is it okay to leave your toilet paper all over the trail? I just want to know. I just need to understand. Somebody please email me and let me know. Okay, no wiping, just shower. Yeah, no wiping. But if I'm saying when I got my period, I used to have to clean up. I mean, I don't wipe when I pee. You know, I just squat, pee, and run behind a tree. It's just pee and I have to pee, okay? So I do that. But when I used to get my period, literally, I took diaper wipes in my knapsack and I would just wipe and put it back in there just real quick. Put it in my knapsack. And when I got to like wherever we were going, the tram, wherever, sea sponges, right? That's what I did. I put it in the garbage. Go in the bathroom, wash my hands, put it in the garbage, and that's it. I can't even. They're on drugs and are homeless. Yeah, they're on drugs and on homeless, but that's not what this was. These were hikers. These people were not homeless on the trail. It was on the trail, and they were hikers. Trust me, it was near the road. That's not the homeless. And the homeless isn't up at like 6,000 feet because the homeless needs to stay where their drug dealers are and 7-Eleven is. Because at 7-Eleven, they can go and literally get sodas and cigarettes and booze. So they're not at 6,000 feet with nothing. That's not what they're doing. Because they're on the trail. That's how I know. Who else is leaving toilet paper? Because, yeah, I hike trails enough. I know the difference. The hikers should know better. They're not the homeless. The homeless is not up at 8,000 feet doing that. Do you know why? Because there's no store and they can't get crack there, right? Or whatever. Yes, I know. It's disgusting. 7-Eleven is dangerous, isn't it? Exactly, Sloan. What did Fran? I don't know. Yeah, I've got to go to bed. I got to stop talking. It's like I'm on crack, but I'm not. I know, right? Okay, 7-Eleven. Yeah, the bears can smell. Bears have heightened sense of smell. They have a really good sense of smell. That's how they know you have food in your knapsack. So guess what? I got to just say this. Guess what I got in trouble for? So you know the bears come in my garbage, right? So if I eat salmon, right? Toilet paper is a message from Bigfoot. I just got that text in. So this is what happened to me. So you know I live with the bears. So before garbage day, I freeze my garbage, but sometimes I can't put like all my salmon in the garbage, right? Because the bear will come and throw it over and then I got to pick it up. So when I buy gas, I go to the gas station. On my bag of garbage with the leftover food, the containers, the cat food containers, I try to rinse them out, right? So when I buy the gas, I put them in the garbage bin. I got in trouble for that. I said, I just came back from camping. I don't have a house. He's like, you can't put that in the garbage. I'm like, it's wrapped up. It's fine. It's a garbage bin. So, yeah. So anyway, I got in trouble. I got called out at the gas station. Yeah, for hiding my salmon. But I double wrap it and I froze it. I just can't put it in my bins. I'll have my shit destroyed. Yep. Yep. I got in trouble. That was me. Lady putting her garbage. I have a who are they to tell? Well, it's their but it's a garbage bin. Like, it's not like I'm putting furniture in their garbage bin. I'm putting like garbage, but I got in trouble. I have another garbage bin in Sunland Ca I use. I know garbage bins all over the city to get rid of the food so the bear doesn't do it. When I hid Tallulah in my old house, I had to get rid of the cat litter, so I know the garbage is around there. Throw it away at Ralph's. Well, here's the difference. Ralph's has a top on their garbage bin, so you have to stuff it in sideways. The gas station didn't have a top, so I just put it in. Yeah, I got in trouble. He's like, you can't do this anymore. Yeah, okay, so anyway, yeah, I'll go to another gas station and get in trouble over there. Okay, I could put it in. I'd have to drive like 30 miles back home, but yeah, I could. The bear is big. He eats well in this neighborhood. Garbage bins are turned over all down the street. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I can't shut the fuck up now. I have a headache. Okay, bye, y'all. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for listening to my rant. Do it at Starbucks. I could. Yes. Okay, I have to pee so much when I hike. Yeah, but I don't leave toilet paper on the trail because ew. Okay, bye, you guys. I love each and every one of you. Bye. Okay, bye.